After a tough 8-3 loss to Arroyo Seco and an 0-1 start to their 3-game SoCal road trip, the Crawdads slide down the 5 for Game 2 against the Orange County Riptide. Hello, everyone, and welcome into Great Park alongside Austin Oda. My name is Carson Mercier. Great Park, a great vicinity, a great ballpark here in Irvine, California. The Crawdads looking to get back to 500 yet again. Their loss last night sent them to 2-3 overall. They're now 1-2 on the road. As for Orange County, this is their 5th game of the year. After winning their opening day game, they have now lost 3 consecutive. So they're 1-3, 2.5 games back of the Arroyo Seco Saints, who sit atop the CCL South. They're 1-2 here at home, and of course they've lost 3 straight games. Yesterday, let's talk about it, because it was a They had 3 errors and left 9 men on base. The starter in the game for the Dads, Ryan Delaney, was a little bit better than I think his line would have indicated. He ended up going 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 earned runs, no strikeouts, and 3 walks. Really started to fall apart on him in that 3rd inning. Maybe not as stretched out as he would like to be. Maybe later down in the summer we'll see more innings out of Ryan Delaney. But really, the starting pitching for the Crawdads has been really good this summer. The pitching overall has been really good this summer, and we have another good matchup, or at least another good arm for the Dads today. Austin, let's talk more about yesterday, because 8-3, we both agree that it doesn't really show us the full story.
We talked before the game yesterday, kind of some of the keys to the game. And the 2 big ones were a good outing from Ryan Delaney on the bump, and don't strike out, take some walks. And the Crawdads did just that. Outside of Xavier Rios in the 9 spot, who went 0 for 4, struck out 4 times, the Crawdads did a really good job. They got on base a lot. You look throughout the lineup, 7 strikeouts, 4 of them coming from Rios, 3 strikeouts in the 1 through 9 spots in the Crawdads order. And none of them happened until the 8th inning. Again, outside of Xavier Rios, I realize we can't just erase that one Crawdad, but still a lot of good signs for the Crawdads offense. They were putting on some good swings against easily the toughest pitching they've seen all year. There was just a lot to build off. Casey Cummings had his best game of the summer, his best game in a while. Didn't play a ton at Texas, starting to find his swing again, and it showed yesterday. He hit a rocket out to left field at Arroyo Seco last night. So a lot of good for the Crawdads to build off of, really, on both sides of the ball. Yeah,
and you talked about the pitching staff for Arroyo Seco, how it was pretty tough. It's not going to get much easier today. Orange County, as a team, holding opponents to a 188 batting average and ERA, as a team of just a little over 4. They've 37 strikeouts and 35 innings as a unit, and the whip at 1.35. So as a unit, it's really, really good, and it's a little bit interesting because you look back to last year. This was a team that was good pitching and good offensively. That hasn't been the case, at least to start the year through 4 games. It's been a little bit of a struggle offensively as a team, hitting just 197, OPS under 600. Again, that's as a team, only 7 extra base hits through 4 games. A season ago, they were 20-15. They finished 5 games back of Arroyo Seco for 2nd place, which really is 1st place because the Santa Barbara Foresters, who took home 1st place, don't compete in the CCL playoffs. But they hit 247, 345, and 333 with a 678 OPS. That's their slash line from last year. The offense just has not been the same, at least not yet. And that's really been the reason that they've lost these last 3 games.
And on paper, it was an offense that should have been a little more successful, or should be a little more successful at this point in the summer. You look at Ace Reese, who's one of the best hitters in the nation during the regular season. Has been good so far this summer, but really the only guy of note. And then you lose Dean Curley, Tennessee's starting shortstop, just playing elsewhere, playing for Team USA is what kind of we heard the report. Nathan Cadena hasn't had the start to the summer that he's wanted after a strong season at San Jose State. Bren Wilkinson, you look up and down the lineup, there's just some guys that haven't been producing to the extent that they know. But positive regression is a thing when you have as big of a sample size as OC has had in the regular season. These are a lot of guys that got a lot of at-bats this spring. They're going to continue at some point to do that in the summer.
So let's take a look at starting lineups. First for the visiting Walnut Creek Crawdads. Casey Cummings leads off. He's in center field. Average only at 250 for Casey Cummings, but the at-bats looked really, really good yesterday. Of course, he hit the home run, had a couple of walks, had 3 walks, scored 2 runs. Isaiah Lane, he's in the 2 spot, playing in his 2nd game as a Crawdad. We saw him a little bit further down in the lineup, batting 5th. Yesterday slides up after a 2-walk performance a night ago. Ben Royo, after the day off, he's at shortstop batting third. Bear Harrison is the DH yet again. Nico Azpilicueta, he'll be playing first base and batting 5th. Jackson Bird is in left field. Ethan Liao's in right. Isaiah Walker is at second, and Nikhil Beasley is the number 9 man, rounding out the starting 9 for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Crawdads going to be turning the ball to Zach Royce, who was really, really good. His first start of the summer, went 4 innings, gave up just 1 hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts against the Sonoma Stompers on conference opening day. Crawdads have a good one today, and I think we're expecting maybe 4 or 5 innings out of Royce. I think that would be a pretty good start.
Guy that throws hard, guy that does a lot of things really, really well. At UTSA this year, had a really solid season, was their Saturday guy. Doesn't go as deep into games, at least did not in the spring as you'd expect kind of a Saturday guy at a school like UTSA to go, but really good stuff. Hard-throwing righty, a guy that throws strikes. You know what you're going to get with him. Was 0-3 this spring, but a sub-5 ERA, struck out 27 to just 14 walks in 44 innings, which he'll take any day of the week. Does struggle, is a little susceptible to the home run ball, but had a terrific start to his season, and then kind of fell down the stretch. Crawdads are looking to get that same Zach Royce that they got against Sonoma.
And for the Orange County Riptide, leading it off in center field is Jackson Kemmerer. Batting second is the right fielder, Jake Brown. We talked about Ace Reese, the year that he's had. We'll talk about it more. He bats third and is playing in left. Batting fourth is J.C. Allen. He's at first. It's his first game of the summer. Nathan Carina is the shortstop. He bats sixth. Batting seventh is Rocco Gump. He's the DH. Brandon Wilkinson bats eighth. And Nate Stuyvesant is the second baseman, rounding it out for the OC Riptide. On the mound for the Tide is Andrew Parker, and didn't get a whole lot of opportunities at CSUN this year. In his one appearance this summer, he was pretty good against the Conejo Oaks. Went 4 innings of 1-run ball, 4 hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts. We talked about how the matchup isn't going to get any easier for the Crawdads. They've got another tough one tonight.
Yeah, Parker was really good, like you mentioned, his first outing, and his limited outings at California State University of Northridge was pretty solid. Was just 3 outings, but did have a relatively successful spring. A guy with a lot of talent, obviously, getting starts at the getting playing time at the D1 level. You know, you like what you're gonna see. It's a test for the Crawdads. There's no way around that. After a really good outing against a solid Conejo team, the Crawdads, who saw really good pitching yesterday, and I thought had some of their most impressive bats of the year, you know, starting to see it a little better.
Crawdads 1-2 all time, or since 2021 versus the Riptide. They'll look to draw back to 500. We'll have first pitch when we come back from Great Park in Irvine, California on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to Great Park in Irvine, California. Crawdads looking to draw back to 500, 2-3 on the young summer. They're about ready to come to bat. Here is their starting 9. Casey Cummings will lead it off. He's in center field. Isaiah Lane bats second. He's at third base. Ben Arroyo is the shortstop. He bats third. Bear Harrison, the DH, bats fourth. Nico Asbilqueta plays first base, bats fifth. Batting sixth is the left fielder, Jackson Bird. Ethan Liao is in right. He bats seventh. Isaiah Walker is at second base. He bats eighth. Nikhil Beasley rounds out the starting 9 for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. On the mound for the Orange County Riptide is the right-hander, Andrew Parker, not Aaron Parker. This spring at CSUN, only 3 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts. Gave up 5 hits, but was good. Overall good in his limited sample. He's been good this summer. And like we've said, it's a good test for the Crawdads today.
Guy who keeps the ball on the ground. That might be fun for the Crawdads. It's not this super powerful home run hitting Crawdads team like we've seen in the past. It's more of a line drive ground ball, death by a million paper cuts kind of Crawdads offense. And that could bode well against Parker. Again, was very good in his first start. But the Crawdads, I've said it once, I'll say it again, really good at bats yesterday.
Yeah, and I think we talk about a new Crawdads team. I think overall the league, the CCL itself, it's more of a pitcher's league this year.
I love it.
Yes.
Here for it.
Casey Cummings just about ready to step into the right-handed batter's box here at Great Park in Irvine, California. Crawdads, gray pants, red tops with the numbers on their back in black with a white outline. Crawdads across the chest in block lettering. Orange County in the home whites with Riptide across the chest in script. Starter Andrew Parker to the top of the mound after having a meeting with himself off the bat. He's on the rubber from the windup, first base side. First pitch of the ballgame, fastball down the middle, and we're underway. 7:03 is your first pitch time. First pitch time and temperature brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, trying to hang on to the Old Town vibe since the early 1900s. No ball's a strike to Casey Cummings, and he fouls off the 0-1 down the third baseline. Cummings down in the count, 0-2. 250, a homer, 3 runs batted in for the leadoff center fielder. Casey Cummings, a lot of his at-bats have been getting better. 3 walks yesterday. He's walked more than he struck out this year. He's also stolen 3 bags. He gets on base, and he's always a threat. In an 0-2 count here. Parker gets his sign, brings his glove to his face. Now rocks the windup, 0-2 pitch, fastball, and it misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Crawdad leadoff man.
You said the time. Did you say the temp?
The temperature is 71 degrees. It is sunny.
It is. It's beautiful out. One could say it's great here at the Great Park.
1-2 pitch from Parker. Curveball, swing and a miss. Andrew Parker starts his day with a K, and there's 1 down in the first. Let's take a look at the Riptide defense. Outfield, left to right. Ace Reese, Jackson Kemmerer, and Jake Brown. Infield, third to first. Luke Johnson, Nate Cadena, Nate Stuyvesant, and J.C. Allen. The catcher for the Riptide is Brendan Wilkinson. Here's Isaiah Lane, just his second game as a Crawdad. Fastball, first pitch swinging, and he lines it sharply and right into the Crawdad dugout. It's 0-1.
Really liked the at-bats we saw from Lane yesterday. Just puts the ball in play, fights a lot. Not a guy that's going to get overmatched. Didn't do so with Big 12 pitching this year. Isn't going to do so with CCL pitching this summer.
0-1 pitch. Fastball fouled straight back and into the net. And quickly 0-2. So Andrew Parker has asserted dominance over the first 2 batters that he faces here so far tonight. Already gotten ahead of both of them, 0-2. Lane kind of holds his bat over home plate, now brings his hands above to his ears. 0-2 pitch, a fastball misses up and away. A ball and 2 strikes to the third baseman. Crawdads have struggled offensively. A lot of the struggles have come from the bottom part of the lineup. The top has actually been pretty good. Last 2 games hitting .313, spots 1 through 4 in the order. 1-2 pitch, a touch off the outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. However, the 5 through 9 spots in the lineup hitting just .065. They're 2 for 31. Both hits have been Isaiah Walker singles. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and out in the top of the first inning. Walker from the windup, fastball, called strike 3, a pitch that the catcher Wilkinson nearly had to take out of the dirt. And 2 up, 2 down, 2 Ks for Andrew Parker.
Was a good spot. Don't think it was a strike. Was a good 5 or 6 inches down low, but Wilkinson does his job behind the plate, frames it up high, gets the thumb under it. 2 strikeouts.
So now here's Ben Royo, Crawdad shortstop, 296, a homer, 6 runs batted in on the summer. Walker from the windup, first pitch fastball, in there a strike. So 3 batters, 3 first pitch strikes for Andrew Walker. Royo got the day off yesterday, but slides in as the Crawdad shortstop today. 0-1 from Walker, right down the middle, and it's quickly 0-2.
Looked like the first slider that we saw from pitcher Andrew Parker. Saw the curveball, the strikeout Casey Cummings. That one looked a little more frisbee-ish.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the first inning. Parker fires and takes strike 3. Crawdads go in order, all down by way of the K. Andrew Parker deletes the Crawdads in the first. We'll go to the bottom half. No score. Crawdads go in order in the top half of the first inning. Riptide coming up. Here's their starting 9. Jackson Kemmerer, the center fielder, leads off. Batting second is the right fielder, Jake Brown. Ace Reese is in left. J.C. Allen plays first, batting fourth. Nathan Cadena is the shortstop. He bats fifth. Rocco Gump is the DH, batting sixth. Batting seventh is the catcher, Brendan Wilkinson. Nate Stevenson is the second baseman, and Luke Johnson is the third baseman, rounding out the starting 9. Riptide going up against Zach Royce, coming into his second start of the summer, is really, really good and really, really fun to watch.
Hard throwing righty. First appearance was out of the pen, but did go 4 innings in that one. Struck out 3 in those 4 innings of work against Sonoma. He was a guy that was expecting to kind of only throw out of the bullpen, but a guy that can give Brant Cummings some length at the top of this rotation. And that's exactly what he's going to look to do today.
So Jackson Kemmerer steps up right side in the batter's box. The center fielder has had an abysmal start to his 2024 summer. 1 for 12. He struck out 8 times. Royce works from the stretch to start the game. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. He's ahead, 0-2, or 0-1. That's kind of how it went against the Stompers in the conference opener for Zach Royce. It was the race to 0-2. Ahead 1-2, ahead 0-2 of a ton of guys. As the 0-1 here is in the dirt and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. But didn't exactly have the strikeout stuff, but worked extremely efficiently.
Well,
4 innings, 40-some pitches, and no runs. Ball and a strike here. Royce comes home. This one's hit softly on the ground left side. Royo's the shortstop. He's got it. Shuffles to his right, throws to first in time to get Kemmerer by a step. Let's take a look at the Crawdads defensively. Outfield left to right. Jackson Bird, Casey Cummings, Ethan Liao. Infield third to first. Isaiah Lane, the aforementioned Ben Royo, Isaiah Walker, Nico Asbilqueta, and the catcher, Nikhil Beasley. Beasley, Royce, the battery. Nobody out. Or 1 out and nobody on for Jake Brown, the right fielder. Stands in, hands high from the right side. First pitch curveball misses in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Brown, another guy that's kind of got off to a slow start. Only 3 hits, 14 at-bats, does have an extra base hit. It's a double. Pretty nice venue at Great Park here in Irvine, California. A couple of different baseball fields, actually. Softball fields behind us. And left field, there's another field that's not occupied currently. 1-0, fastball popped up left side. Lane gives it a look, but will watch it foul and just beyond the concourse, so it's 1-1.
One of my favorite games to play whenever we go to a new park is, can I catch a foul ball here? It would have to be so perfect.
It's going to be tough.
Because we have kind of an overhang above us, but there's like slanted, I don't even know what you would call it.
Like
There's a chance. There's a chance, right? A slanted but open roof.
1-1 pitch, fastball top of the zone, but misses just a little bit high. So 2 balls and a strike on the right fielder, Jake Brown. You know, we talked last year, McBean Stadium, where the Lincoln Potters play, minor league vibes from that park. I'd say the same here as the 2-1 misses high, so it's 3 balls and a strike on Jake Brown.
Yeah, there's definitely a pretty committed fan base here in Irvine. A lot to do down here, but also, why not go to a Riptide game? It's a nice venue. It's a really beautiful area.
3-1 pitch from Royce. Fastball, swing and a miss, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I think an underrated part about hitting today is the shadow right in front of where the pitcher's mound ends, and then kind of goes back to sun right before home plate. It's going to be tough to see the ball.
Payoff pitch from Zach Royce. Fastball, and it misses high. So a 1-out walk puts Jake Brown on first with maybe the hottest hitter in this Riptide lineup, Ace Reese, coming up.
The hottest hitter, and I think just overall the best hitter, the most proven hitter in this Riptide lineup. A guy with a lot of power, a guy with a lot of confidence, and a guy that started the summer really well.
That's from the left side, was a member of the All Big 12 freshman team in the spring. 278, 395, 506, and 901 OPS. From the left side, holds his hands high above his left ear. Royce, a long hold, fastball misses high, and it's 1-0. So Royce kind of struggling with the command of his fastball in this bottom of the first inning.
That's where a lot of the misses have been, to up and to the arm side.
Royce comes set at the belt. Now a little bit quicker to the plate here, and it's top of the zone now, a strike, a ball and a strike. Crawdads went scoreless in the top half of the first inning. 3 strikeouts for the starter, Andrew Parker. Jake Brown leads off first base. It's a small lead. Royce comes set at the chest. 1-1 on the way. Fastball fouled back into the net, and it's 1-2. Yeah, hitting can be tough at this time of day. The shadows you talked about kind of creeping over as Royce is still in the sunlight. Home plate, not quite. And there's no true batter's eye. Just some trees out in straightaway center field. Also kids running around, so it could be a little bit distracting for hitters, at least right now. Lights not yet on at Great Park. They will be. Throw over from Zach Royce, but back head first in the dive is Jake Brown.
Nico Espoqueta over at first base had a little trouble with that one. There's some shadows as well in effect there.
Yeah, Espoqueta almost staring straight into the sun as it sets beyond the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Royce a long hold top of the mound. Now he'll come home. Fastball just a little bit high, and the count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Don't hate the miss, but you do hate leaving the ball up like that, especially to this part of the Riptide lineup. A lot of power, especially from Reese. This is their most dangerous hitter.
Reese is 5 for 13 on the summer with 5 runs batted in. 2-2 here. Fouled off of Nikhil Beasley, so the count will stay even.
Swung through it.
Swung through it. That's strike 3. First strikeout for Zach Royce. Pardon.
I thought because Beasley dropped it that it meant that it was fouled off. I thought I heard something, but maybe it was just the shin guard of the umpire. Not the greatest look for Beasley behind the plate to miss that ball, but Crawdads will take 2 outs, especially getting through Reese.
Now the number 4 man, J.C. Allen, from the right side. Swings at the first pitch, lines it right at Isaiah Walker, who has to hop up, but he's able to make the catch. So Zach Royce able to work around the 1-out walk in the first inning. Riptide don't score. We'll go to the second. No score from Great Park. Top of the second inning, no score from Great Park in Irvine, California. Crawdads will have Bear Harrison, Nico Azpilicueta, and Jackson Bird for the top of the second inning. It was a easy breezy 1-2-3 for Andrew Parker in the first inning. 3 batters, 3 Ks, 2 of them looking. He'll be back out for the second. From the windup, first pitch of the inning, fouled in and out of the catcher Braden Wilkinson's glove, and it's 0-1 on Bear Harrison. 4 batters, 4 first pitch strikes for Andrew Parker.
Look, when you see Bear Harrison nod like that after a first pitch hack, you know something's going right in the mind of Bear Harrison. That one, middle with the fastball. Harrison hit it right back. If he gets that pitch again, that ball's going a long way.
Harrison went 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI single. Took him a couple of at-bats to really get into his groove, and we saw late in that game as the 0-1 misses inside, 1-1. Late in that game had that screamer of a single. I mean, this one was hit triple digits.
Yeah, easily.
Through the infield. It really looked like the Bear that we know. 1-1 pitch fouled back into the net, and it's 1-2. Andrew Parker continues to stay ahead.
I love strike throws. It's so much easier to watch when a guy is throwing strikes, when he's peppering the strike zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out top of the second inning. Parker brings his glove to his face. Now the windup. Fastball misses up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A lot of the times guys kind of struggle with the strikeout their freshman seasons, especially guys like Bear Harrison who have a ton of power. That was not the case, though, with Harrison in his freshman year at St. Mary's.
Parker steps off the back of the mound, now back on the rubber. Wind kind of blowing out to right center field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. 4 batters, 4 Ks for Andrew Parker.
Yeah, he's nasty. I mean, I don't see how this kid only got 3 appearances at Northridge. They were good this year, but this is a guy that feels like he could play at just about any school right now and get legit playing time.
So now Nico Azpilicueta, the first baseman who bats 5th for the Dads. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the second inning. Parker working quickly from the windup. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Get ahead, stay ahead is the mentality for Andrew Parker. Nico Azpilicueta on the year, 407, no homers, 6 runs batted in, does have 3 extra base hits. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Quickly ahead is Parker, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. From the windup, the pitch misses just a little bit high and away, so it's 1-2. Azpilicueta this summer has been pretty good. His only hitless game was yesterday, and it was a pinch hitting appearance. Came in the 9th inning and struck out. Other than that, he's hit in every game that he started. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Parker from the windup, slider, swing and a miss. 5 batters, 5 Ks for Andrew Parker.
You knew the competition was going to step up just a little bit when we headed down south. This is a little bit more than just a little bit. After the Crawdads, outside of the 9 spot, struck out just 3 times yesterday, 5 batters, 5 punches.
You really got to think maybe the backdrop, no batter's eye.
Backdrop, shadows.
Maybe playing a factor. Here's Jackson Bird, the left fielder. Bats from the left side, rests the bat on his back shoulder. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss, 0-1. So all 6 batters that Andrew Parker has faced, he's gotten the first pitch strike.
It's going to get you outs.
0-1. Parker deals. Looked like a fastball at the knees, but a little bit low, so 1-1. Jackson Bird, a guy that struggled with the strikeout in conference play. He's 0 for 11 with 7 Ks. 1-1 pitch to him here. Fouled back and into the net. Andrew Parker ahead again, 1-2.
Swings did look a lot better for Bird yesterday. Started putting the ball in play. Had a really, really nice battle yesterday back in the 8th inning when he struck out for the first time. Had a couple balls that he hit foul off of Kobe Minchie, who's got some of the best stuff we've seen.
Ball and 2 strikes. Fastball fouled off. A good job there from Jackson Bird to foul off a tough pitch and stay alive. Yeah, I mean, ball that he hit in the 2nd inning to right field yesterday was hit hard. Had a couple, like you said, the foul balls. Looking like it's starting to come together, but hasn't resulted in anything for him. Ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Fastball crowds him a bit and misses in. So 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's a guy that had a really, really good year this year at Sac State. Put up some really good at-bats, especially late in the year as he started getting more playing time. A guy that's proven at the D1 level.
And a 2-2 count and a good battle with Andrew Parker. From the windup, here he comes. Fastball taken just inside. Everyone on the Riptide infield started walking towards the third base dugout. Looked like they had strike 3, instead ball 3. So the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the second inning, no score. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball popped up sky high on the infield. Foul ground, it's Luke Johnson, the third baseman, now working back towards the line. He makes the catch in foul ground. So the Crawdads go in order again. 6 up, 6 down for Andrew Parker. We'll go to the bottom half of the second inning. No score on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Last of the second, no score from Great Park here in Irvine, California. Game 2 of a 3-game road trip for the Dads. Riptide coming up. They'll have Nathan Cadena, Rocco Gump, and Brendan Wilkinson. Back to the bump for the Dads is the righty Zach Royce. First pitch of the inning, grounded on a couple of hops for Lane. He cuts it off, goes to first, and retires Nathan Cadena on 1 pitch.
How about 2 pitches, 2 outs for Zach Royce? Over his last 2 batters, spanning an inning. It's like how a winning streak, a hit streak can go from year to year, right? Like 2 pitches, 2 outs is 2 pitches, 2 outs.
It's like 5 straight strikeouts through 2 innings.
Yeah.
For Andrew Parker
really
on the other side.
Really impressive from Andrew Parker.
Here's Rocco Gump, the DH. 250 on the year. A couple of doubles and a stolen bag. That's from the left side. First pitch misses outside. Looked to be the changeup from Zach Royce.
I've been very impressed by an inning and a half plus a third.
1-0. Fastball top of the zone and a strike 1-1. I think, we talked about even in the pregame how we expected pitching to be pretty good. I don't think anything can prepare you for 5 Ks in 2 innings. 1-1, check swing on a half-hearted attempt, and it's 1-2. Kind of an ugly go-around for Rocco Gump.
Right, it was a full swing. It was just a complete sword, right? That's a StatCast sword. That is not a good-looking swing. And Gump, it's the kind of swing that makes you reset.
Ball and 2 strikes, change-up, swing, and a miss. 2 up, 2 down. That's the second K for Zach Royce. And that one was nasty.
I mean, that's back-to-back swings where he just looks like he doesn't really know what he's doing at the plate, and that's what Zach Royce makes guys do. He's nasty. He's really, really good up on the bump. That one just kind of diving down and in towards the back foot of the lefty Gump. That's a really, really nice pitch.
So now Brendan Wilkinson, the catcher from the right side, has gotten off to a good start this summer. Limited sample, only 6 at-bats. He's 3 of 6 with a homer. Righty-righty matchup. Looked like a cutter that misses outside, in and out of the glove of Nikhil Beasley. It's 1-0.
He's a guy that actually was kind of scouting for the Crawdads for a while. He had a really, really good 2023 season. Wasn't great this last year.
1-0. A strike on the outside to even it up at a ball and a strike.
But really, really solid defensively behind the plate, can do a lot of things well. And it's showing right now. He's guiding his son teammate.
And time was called. Home plate umpire Arturo Del Monte was kind of signaling towards Zach Royce that you got to wait for the batter to be looking at you before you come set and deliver the pitch. So 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll do it again. Royce comes set a little bit above his belt, takes a long hold from the first base side of the rubber, delivers a pitch. It's bunted on the left side. Royce will let it go. Wayne, his throw, bare hand, not in time. It's an infield single on the bunt attempt from Brendan Wilkinson, and then two runners. Oh my goodness, 2 outs and a man on.
Perfect bunt. Corners were playing back. Just drop it down the third baseline. Lane made a really nice play, made a strong throw. I thought there was no chance. It ended up being only by about a half a step.
So now a man on and 2 outs for Nate Stuyvesant. The second baseman is playing in his first game of the summer. First pitch to him misses down and away, and it's 1-0. So Zach Royce got the first 2 batters of the inning relatively easily. Got a 1-1 count to Brendan Wilkinson. He wasn't afraid to drop down pretty much a perfect drag bunt down the third base line. He stands on first. Ball and no strikes, a throw over, pretty close, with the tag not in time by Nico Asbilqueta, and diving head first back into the bag is Wilkinson.
Had Wilkinson leaning to his right. Does not have catcher speed over there at first base.
Ball, no strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning, no score. Royce home, fastball crowds Stuyvesant, and it's 2-0.
Stuyvesant playing in his first game of the summer, headed to Stanford. Future teammates with Rye Guy.
2-0. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. He is. Go Card.
Go Card. You're wearing a Stanford shirt right now.
I am. Got to represent.
Mm-hmm. For your future school.
3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Royce from the first base side of the rubber comes home with a fastball that misses high and a 4-pitch walk.
Loud.
Very.
Loud music. Feels like we're back in San Bruno, California. Second walk, 2 strikeouts. Not the same command that we saw in his last outing. Especially that at bat, just kind of uncompetitive. But maybe a little shaken up after having to throw a couple extra pitches to Brendan Wilkinson following the weird kind of step-off disengagement. Got to lock back in with the bottom part of the lineup.
It's the number 9 man, Luke Johnson. 3 for 11 on his summer. Let's have 2 runs batted in, has men on first and second with 2 gone. First pitch, fastball, chopped left side. Royo fields the high hop, goes to first, throw is high, pulls Asbilqueta off the bag. His throw home in time to gun down Brendan Wilkinson at the plate, trying to take a free 90, and he's out at the plate. So we've played 2 no score from Great Park in Irvine, California. You're listening to Crawdad Baseball here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. No score through 2. Crawdads coming up 7, 8, and 9. Andrew Parker back to work. Not much else to say other than he's been phenomenal. 5 strikeouts through his first 6 batters. Ethan Liao will lead off the top of the 3rd inning for the Crawdads. Liao, 353, no homers and 2 runs batted in. From the right side, first pitch of the inning. Fastball skied the other way. First baseman J.C. Allen giving chase, but he'll watch it beyond the Crawdad bullpen. A foul ball, 0-1. And the first pitch strikes continue to come from Andrew Parker.
To be honest, it's a really, really good sign for the Crawdads right now because they're taking a lot of strikes. They're swinging through a lot of pitches. So for Liao to just put a ball in play is big.
0-1. Hit softly on the ground left side. Johnson, the third baseman, cuts it off, goes to first, and retires Liao for the first out.
Nice play. 2 big hops going over to his left. Ended up almost overrunning it. Had to go to a backhand side even though he was moving to his forehand side and still made the play.
7 up, 7 down for Andrew Parker. Now Isaiah Walker, the second baseman, playing second base for the first time since the conference opener against the Sonoma Stompers just about a week ago. Parker ready. First pitch fastball hit harder on the ground to third again. Johnson gloves it, goes to first. Throw a little wide, but tag applied by J.C. Allen on the other end. 2 up, 2 down, 8 straight set down by Andrew Parker.
Yeah, really, really good. I don't really have a ton to say. And that's sometimes how you know how good someone is I'm not going to go as far as to say speechless, but he's been pretty perfect.
So Nikhil Beasley, the number 9 man, here with 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 3rd inning. First pitch, misses high, 1-0. So for the first time tonight,
wow,
Andrew Parker has thrown a first pitch ball. Took him 9 batters, but he finally got there. 1-0 from the windup. Here it is, home, swing and a miss on the changeup. That's a good pitch. It looks like it's got a lot of depth moving towards that right-handed batter's box, kind of dropping towards the back foot of Nikhil Beasley. Ball and a strike now. Catcher sets up on the outside, flashes the glove there, and the pitch not too far from the target, but a little bit outside, 2-1.
I love the zones in the South.
Yeah.
Real baseball strike zones.
2 balls, a strike. Parker working quickly. This one hit on the ground, a couple of hops for the second baseman. Stuyvesant has some trouble with it, able to recover and throw to first. 3 perfect innings for Andrew Parker. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd with the Riptide coming up. Bottom of the 3rd inning, no score. Riptide coming up. Top of the order, Jackson Kemmerer, Jake Brown, and Ace Reese. Zach Royce back to work. He's been pretty good, was able to work out of some trouble back in the 2nd inning. There's some 2-out trouble, a bunt base hit, then the walk. Able to escape without allowing any runs. First pitch swinging from Kemmerer, and he fouls it off his front foot. In a lot of pain, kind of hopping up and down and walking around behind home plate. caught the foul ball off his unprotected left foot. Counts 0-1.
Back in his first at bat, really nice play by Ben Arroyo. Playing shortstop today after a day off. Looks well rested out there. Had a couple balls that he's made good plays on. Did have the tough throwing error in the last inning.
No ball is a strike. Royce home. Fastball inside gets away from Nikhil Beasley, and it's 1-1. The shade has pretty much taken over at least the entirety of the infield. The press box here at Great Park. Doing a good job to shade it. 1-1 down low, 2 balls and a strike.
The misses have started going a little low for Zach Royce, which is always a good sign. Starting to get into his rhythm a little bit.
2-1. Fastball, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Yeah, early in the outing for Zach Royce, we saw him missing up and into righties. Now, starting to funnel back low and away, trying to find that middle point. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking for his third punch out. Comes set above the belt. Stares towards home plate. Now the 2-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Zach Royce. It's the first out of the bottom of the third.
And the woes continue for Jackson Kemmer. Had his first hit of the summer yesterday, but now 9 strikeouts and just 14 at bats. Not what you don't want to see to start your summer, especially for a guy that is hitting at the top of the lineup.
So Jake Brown, the right fielder, will stand in from the right side. 0-for-0. He walked in the first. Royce's first pitch fastball is skied behind home plate. That'll reach the seats, and it's 0-1. On the other end, Andrew Parker has worked 3 perfect innings. Does not allow a base runner, has 5 strikeouts. The good news for the Crawdads is they've started to put the ball in play. After the first 5 guys struck out, the last 4 have at least put the ball in play. This one skied to center. Pretty easy for Casey Cummings. Just has to come in a couple of steps, makes the catch just over his left shoulder, and there's 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, Zach Royce doesn't have the same strikeout stuff that Andrew Parker has had, but he's been equally as dominant, getting soft contact when the ball is put in play. Also striking guys out. The only hit was the bunt knock, and he's been really impressive through 2 2/3.
Here's Ace Reese, the left fielder. We talked about his hot start to the summer. Did strike out in the first inning. From the left side, hands held high. First pitch home. On the outer third, and a called strike, 0-1. Ace closed the year out on a pretty hot streak, 12 for 34, hitting just over 320 as he carves this one back into the net, down in the count, 0-2. Was not great in the middle part of the year for Houston, but really turned it around and has carried that momentum into the summer. In an 0-2 hole here. Royce, the pitch, misses low, and it's 1-2. He's one of those guys, I'd say he's got the batter's presence.
Yeah, big time. Big guy, 6'3", 200. And lefties generally.
1-2, hit on the ground right side. Azpilicueta cuts it off. Will flip to the covering Royce at first and retire this side. Riptide go in order. We've played 3 at Great Park. Austin Oda going to be taking over on the play-by-play when we come back.
Top half of the fourth inning, Dads and Riptide tied at nothing. It'll be the top of the Crawdads lineup here in the fourth. Casey Cummings to lead it off against Andrew Parker from the Great Park in Irvine. Parker has been perfect through his 3 innings of work. First pitch to Cummings, the righty is fouled over us, and a little bit to our right. 0-1. Did you just score yourself a sandwich?
I did.
Is it Chick-fil-A?
It is.
Wow.
That's awesome.
No balls and a strike to the Crawdads center fielder. Struck out on 4 pitches. His first at bat, the big breaking curveball from Parker, the righty. Now Cummings pops it up right side of the infield. The first baseman, J.C. Allen, charges in. Now retreats over to his right, drifting a little bit, but to his backhand side. Makes the catch for the first out. 1 down in the fourth. 10 up, 10 down for the Dads.
I mean, Andrew Parker, I don't. You said you didn't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Right?
I mean, it's a first pitch strike factory. It's not like right down the middle. They're quality strikes on the corner, stuff that you can't do anything with. I mean, this is good stuff.
Here's Isaiah Lane, struck out in his first at bat. First pitch to him here, right on the outside with a fastball, 0-1. 11 batters, 10 first pitch strikes. That is a recipe for success and a half. Lane did strike out in his first at bat, but it was on a ball a little bit low that Brendan Wilkinson was able to snap up. Here he taps one up the middle. 2 big hops for the shortstop. Cadena bobbles it behind the bag, and Lane's going to be safe at first. I would give him a hit because I think he would have been safe, but it was an error.
Yeah, that's an error all day, every day. Not hit hard.
They're giving him a hit.
Wow. I just don't know how you can do that.
In a, no hitter.
Yeah.
At first, it's got to be clean, always.
It's early, but these plays still matter.
We'll see. Here's Ben Royo.
I'm going error.
I'm going error too.
Pop
Ben
out
Royo 0 for 1. First pitch to him here is up high and away with a fastball. The first time we're seeing Sammy Parker from the stretch.
Yeah, and that could create some havoc. Guy's gotten into a rhythm, working from the windup.
Throw over to first, Lane back in safely on a dive with his right hand.
And kind of doing everything at his pace. Now runner on. Things change. Lane's got good speed off first.
1-0. High on the infield behind home plate. The catcher, Wilkinson, gives it a look just in front of the dirt. Now circles back, but makes the catch for the second out.
Yeah, good job right there from the catcher, Wilkinson. Find that ball at the peak, kind of back up with it. Get rid of the mask, make the catch. More weak contact.
That'll bring up Barrett Harrison, who put together a good at-bat but struck out in his first plate appearance. 0 for 1, as is really most of the Crawdads lineup, and now they do change it to an error.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
I would agree.
Harrison, right-handed batter, a lot of power. Steps out of the right-handed batter's box, readjusts now, taps both sides of the plate before swinging his bat forward and bringing it behind the right shoulder. First pitch to the Crawdads DH is muscled over to the right, foul over by the parking lot, 0-1.
I mean, I think if you ask Nate Cadena, say he's got to field that every time.
They're still kind of waffling about it. We can see them going back and forth on the scoreboard. Pickoff move, Lane back in again. Error all day.
Yeah. Now, if the Crawdads don't get a hit the rest of the day, we'll go back and change it to it.
Exactly. Pitch to Harrison is down and away. A ball and a strike now. Scoreboard does not have it as the case, but it is.
Yeah, the scoreboard's been a little bit all over the place.
I haven't been paying too much attention. A ball and a strike to Harrison. Adjusts the helmet, now tugs on the left shoulder. Open stance in the right-handed batter's box. Parker's 1-1, down and away with fastball 2-1.
All right, so Parker finally falling behind a little bit. See if Bear can take advantage. Get a pitch to drive. Advantage count.
Pickoff move, Lane just in ahead of the throw. The second baseman, Nate Stuyvesant, started kind of running off the field, maybe trying to influence the first base umpire's decision. Lane extends his lead on first, 2-1. Harrison watches the changeup, called the strike on the inside at the knees, 2-2.
Yeah, it's back to that changeup. Good depth on it. We talked about it. Moving in towards the barrel of the right-handed hitter, Harrison. A little bit low, but nice frame job behind home plate.
Deuces wild here in the fourth. Parker kicks, Lane goes from first. Pitch, down low, throw down to second. Lane is safe ahead of the throw on one hop. First steal of the summer for Isaiah Lane. First for the Crawdads in a while, and a 3-2 count to Bear.
Yeah, and Lane, really good jump. No chance. It looked like a curveball. Wilkinson had some trouble with it behind the plate. Maybe stumbled. Stolen base. Count it.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A knock brings in the Crawdads' first run of the contest. From the stretch, Parker looks to second once, holds a long look there. Still waiting. Him and Lane playing a 1- and 2-man game. The pitch, Harrison flies it right side. That'll go well foul. We'll do it again.
I like to see this battle from Harrison. He did strike out in his first at-bat, but like you said, did the same, kind of fouling off some tough pitches. And sometimes baseball will baseball. If you can battle enough, get a base knock, even a walk. Move that line.
Dad's still hitless here in the fourth. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the Crawdads' cleanup hitter. Parker holds the long look at second from just above the belt. The 3-2. Curveball runs tight, ball 4. First walk of the day for Parker. First for the Crawdads. 2 on with 2 out.
Yeah, so right as he has to work from the stretch, Andrew Parker kind of starts to lose the zone a little bit. And a nice job from Bear, not extending the strike zone any. He's never going to. I mean, it's a pretty disciplined hitter. Able to move that line.
Here's Nico Aspoqueda. Ton of power from the right side. Closed off stance. Hands held tight to his chest. From the stretch, Parker looks to second again as the shortstop Cadena creeps back. First pitch, fastball. Blew it by him on the outside. 0-1.
Yeah, it looks like the approach for Parker, at least to Nico Aspoqueda, is low and away.
Good speed on second with Lane in a 2-out jump. No balls and a strike. The 0-1. Down and away, snap throw back to first. Harrison just in ahead of the throw on a head first dive. A ball and a strike.
Yeah, good job, Harrison. Never want to get caught sleeping as the runner off first base.
2 outs here in the fourth. Scoreless. Crawdads still looking for their first hit. Parker looks back to second. The 1-1 to the plate. Aspoqueda strike, swings and misses. Strike 2. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. Jackson Bird on deck. Aspoqueda still hitting over 400 this summer. Looking to keep that the case. The 1-2. Lunged at, popped right side, getting foul off the slider.
Yeah,
we'll do it again.
Aspoqueda's at times struggled with that pitch. You see a lot of, can see a lot of swings and misses.
The 1-2. Once again, to Aspoqueda. Parker, a long hold, looking for strikeout number 6. He won't get it. Aspoqueda fouls it off to the right. We'll do it again.
Yeah, all the foul balls hit off of Andrew Parker, going to the right side. Tells me Crawdads a touch behind the heater, which that was.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the Crawdads' 5th place hitter. Parker, the low set, looks to second, and the 1-2 lined over us. We'll do it again.
Thought that one was going to get to us.
I was ready.
Net is too tall.
It's almost built, almost like it's built just for that, to not get to us. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Good battle between Parker and Aspoqueda. One more time. The 1-2 to the plate. Aspoqueda lines it right side. That'll get foul again. Really impressive at bat from Nico.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you want. Andrew really cruised through the first 3 innings. There was no trouble. And now with a couple men on base, fouling off tough pitches, both Bear and Nico, some good stuff.
The 1-2. Up and away, ball 2.
Make him work.
For a guy in Nico Aspoqueda who's got some strikeout issues, a really good sign here in the fourth. Still zeros. Deuces wild to number 22 with 2 on. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball struck him out swinging. Parker ecstatic as he walks off the hill, and that will end the inning. 6 strikeouts through 4 innings. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth with Zach Royce back out onto the bump when we come back. Bottom half of the fourth, all zeros on the scoreboard. 0-0-0 runs, hits, errors for the Dads. 0-1-1 runs, hits, errors for the Riptide. Looking to take their first lead of the game. For Orange County, it'll be 4-5-6, J.C. Allen, Nathan Cadena, and Rocco Gump. Still Zach Royce on the bump, and no reason for it not to be, as he delivers a first pitch slider that misses just a little low. A ball and no strikes. So Andrew Parker has been great through his 4 innings, as a slider again misses down and away. 2-0. Has struck out 6. Stranded 2 in the last frame. Pitch misses high, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes from the righty Royce. The pitch to Allen, right down the middle, 3-1. Allen coming off a really, really strong year at Saddleback College. Hit .309, 13 home runs, 64 RBI in a junior college season. Is pretty unbelievable. 3-1 from Royce, down low, ball 4. Not a competitive at bat. Royce has walked 3 guys today. 2 of them have been pretty uncompetitive. The last 2 specifically, a 4-pitch walk to Nate Stuyvesant, and then that 5-pitch walk to J.C. Allen. That'll bring up Nathan Cadena, grounded out to Isaiah Lane over at third, his first at bat. Now Royce, who has gotten his fair share of ground balls today, looking to get another one and roll him out of this inning. Scoreless here in the bottom of the fourth, but a leadoff walk for the Riptide. First pitch to Cadena is down and away and dropped by the catcher Beasley. 1-0. We've talked about a lot how it feels like leadoff walks just always come around to score.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little, I want to call it a momentum boost.
This one tapped to third, could be 2. Lane gobbles, throws the second one. Back to first by Walker. In time, double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. Take that momentum boost. Crawdads roll a pair.
All right. 2 up, 2 down. That's a great way to bounce back from the 5-pitch walk. Just getting a weak ground ball. Lane didn't, there's nothing special about that. Good turn. Put that throw right on the left shoulder of Isaiah Walker, who's able to make a quick throw back to first. Was burning down the first base line.
Here's Rocco Gump, struck out in his first at-bat. Watches the first pitch slider miss, down and in. 1-0. So good job by Royce to get that double play ball. Even after falling behind Cadena, he's set just above the belt, now brings it to the chest from the stretch, throws a fastball right down the pipe. A ball and a strike, we're even. One ball, 1 strike. Fastball off the outside edge and dropped by the catcher Beasley. Again, 2-1, not an easy play back there. And Royce kind of a little all over the place in the strike zone as now the home plate umpire, Arturo Del Monte, runs over to get it. Not his job, but he'll touch up the baseball, toss it over to the Riptide dugout. 2-1, and Royce gets a little bit of a breather. 2 balls and a strike to Gump. From just above the belt, the 2-1. Tapped foul. Looked like an off-speed pitch that Gump was way out in front of. And we talked in his last at-bat about how his swing kind of looked a little uncomfortable. I think that's just kind of his swing.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of it's like a tomahawk chop to it.
It's almost, not comparing him to Luis Ariz, but you know how Ariz kind of cuts it off before he's able to get all the way around. It's something similar to that.
2-2, swing and a miss. Nasty pitch off the outside from Royce. 4 shutout innings from the Crawdads righty. We'll head to the top of the 5th, still scoreless when we come back. Still scoreless in the top of the 5th. I was talking to the Riptide broadcasters before the game, and the last time these two teams played, back in 2022, the final score was 13-5 in that one. And, I said, hopefully, from my end, I was like, I hope the Crawdads win again. And they were like, well, it won't be 13-5. I'll tell you that for sure. And that is exactly the case. A low-scoring affair here in the 5th. Still Sammy Parker, who has been excellent. First pitch, swing and a miss to Jackson Bird.
It'd be excellent if his name was Sammy.
Why have I said Sammy Parker?
I don't know.
Like a couple times. 0-1, swing and a miss, nothing and 2.
I said Aaron Parker.
Right, and that makes more sense because his name is Andrew. No balls and 2 strikes to Jackson Bird, whose name is Jackson Bird. 0-2, fouled off to the left. We'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs from Parker to Bird. Still scoreless. Dad's still looking for their first hit. The 0-2. Curveball down low. Good take by Jackson Bird. That's a pitch that has gotten a couple Crawdads chasing so far today.
Yeah, it's a good job to lay off it. That's down below his own. Starts a little bit above the knees. Bird has swung over that pitch a few times this summer, so a good take there.
No action in either team's bullpen. The 0-2. Hammered right field and deep, sending Jake Brown back at the wall. He looks up. It is off the bottom of the wall on a hop. Bird around first, heading for second. He's in there standing. A stand-up 2-bagger for Jackson Bird. How about that from the Crawdads left fielder?
That'll play. No question about that one. Can't rule it an error. That's smoked to the gap. Saw some good swings yesterday. And a good one right there. First hit in conference play for Jackson Bird.
Needed it. Swings are looking better. That one was... He had one yesterday that was hit about that same distance, a little shorter, but he said, I broke my bat on that one. That's not the real Jackson Bird. That right there, that was Jackson Bird. Here's Ethan Liao, who chopped out to third base his first time. Parker from the stretch, the first hit he's allowed today. First pitch fastball, down and away. And as we've seen both times, a runner's been on base for the Crawdads. First pitch, a ball.
Working out of the stretch, it's been a little sketchy for Andrew.
Did I say Sammy again? 1-0 fastball, 2-0.
I don't know.
I don't think I did. I'm going to say I didn't.
I was just putting emphasis on Andrew because I was about to call him Aaron.
Andrew Parker. Don't know why I can't get it right.
Yeah.
2 balls and no strikes to Ethan Liao. Grounded out to third base his first time. Crawdads will take anything that moves Bird over to third. 2 balls, no strikes to Liao. It's this one high, right side, shallow. Charging in is the right fielder, Brown. He's going to make the catch towards the line. Tagging from second is Bird, but he's going to stay right there as he was a couple feet off the bag. And it's an unproductive F9.
No reason to tag on that one, right? Not hit all that deep. If he makes the catch, you're going to be thrown out at third. So Bird, a nice job extending off. That one could have been trouble. Brown had to go a long way to get it.
That'll bring up Isaiah Walker, Crawdad's second baseman. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good fastball. Got it past him on the outside. 0-1. Walker grounded out to third his first time as well. Saw the first pitch and hit it pretty hard, but hit it right to the third baseman. Here he watches a slider down and away. 1-1. Now some light movement in the Riptide bullpen. Still nothing for the Crawdads. Crawdads' longest outing of the year, 5 innings back from Jackson Bird, who stands on second base. 1-1. Line drive right side. That's a base knock into right field past the reach of Stuyvesant. They're going to send Bird around. Here's the throw from right field. The tag from Brown is not in time. Kicks off the heel of Jackson Bird. And Walker's going to stay at first. It's an RBI knock. Crawdads lead 1-0.
How about that? It's a really nice swing the other way. That's what Isaiah Walker does. He's going to draw walks. He's going to hit the ball hard and to the opposite field. Exactly what he does there, and it drives in the game's first run. That's good hitting.
We talked about the struggles of the bottom part of the lineup. That's what the Crawdads have needed. Here's Nikhil Beasley looking to get his summer going, still hitless. Watches the first pitch fastball miss outside. Now 0 for 10 after a ground out in his first at bat. Did get ahead 2-1 back in that first at bat. As now for the Crawdads, Cal Johnson starting to run around in the bullpen. Likely we're going to see at least another inning from Zach Royce. Johnson just starting his prep. 1-0. Call the strike. Looked like the changeup on the outside from Parker. Crawdads take a 1-0 lead. Just like they did yesterday. Throw back to first. Walker's in ahead of the high throw. But yesterday the difference was it was the first batter of the game. Casey Cummings hit a home run. Put the Crawdads up 1-0. And from then on, it was really all Saints. A ball and a strike. The pitch to Beasley is at the knees on the outside. A good fastball. Still good velo from Parker. Now, don't have the exact pitch count. A ball and 2 strikes. Parker looks to first from the belt. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Slider off the outside. Danced past the corner. 7 strikeouts for Andrew Parker.
That was a really, really good pitch. It tunneled well with the fastball pitch previous. Fastball middle away. A strike. And then going to the curveball slider right there. That's a devastating sequence.
Here's Casey Cummings. 0 for 2, a pop out, a strikeout. Looking to continue his solid trip. First pitch. Call the strike on the outside edge. Maybe a little bit of a generous call, but Parker's earned it today. 0-1. See if Walker has any ideas of going off first. He does not. 0-1. Cummings swings through a fastball. 0-2.
Yeah, maybe here, 2-strike count. You get thrown out at second, so what? Top of the order coming up in the next.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Parker looking for strikeout number 8. Runner goes from first, pitch misses up and away. Throw down to second is perfect. It's in time. The tag applied by the shortstop, Cadena, as he dove to his forehand side to apply the tag, and that will end the inning. But that adds score on a pair of hits, no errors, no runners stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Crawdads now lead it 1-0. Bottom half of the 5th, still Zach Royce on the bump. He has been pretty perfect through 4, just allowed 1 hit. Has walked 3 batters, but has also struck out 4 and has, for the most part, kept guys off the base paths. He'll face 7, 8, 9, Brendan Wilkinson, Nate Stuyvesant, and Luke Johnson. First pitch fastball, sails a little high at 1-0. Wilkinson was the only hit of the day for Orange County. Had a little bunt single down the third base line, a perfectly executed drag bunt. Ahead in the count, a ball and no strikes from the stretch. Royce sails a fastball down and away, 2-0. Cal Johnson in the Crawdad bullpen, starting to hustle around a little bit. We'll see how long the leash is for Zach Royce. Don't have a pitch count, but it's pretty low.
Yeah, the point streak still down. I will say, yeah, it looks like it's getting closer because it offered a count, but it was blank.
2-0 fastball. Zips to the outside corner at the knees, 2-1.
It's kind of hard to explain if you've never seen the website.
And if you have never seen point streak, keep it that way for your own sanity.
Yeah.
The 2-1. Line to the right side, foul. Good wood.
Yeah,
2-2.
Muscled. Looks like Royce got in on him a bit, but Wilkinson, some strength.
I was going to say, it almost looked like he caught the ball with his bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, looking for strikeout number 5. Brings it below the letters and the 2-2. Fastball tapped left side, a high chopper, but foul over past the reach of Isaiah Lane. Isaiah Lane, really, 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 really fun to watch defensively.
Yeah, he's quick and nimble.
Nimble like Kimball.
Oh, yeah.
Kimball Schuessler, we miss you.
Goat.
Awesome. Killed the Crawdads for no reason. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Royce, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blocked by Beasley, but it gets all the way to the backstop, and reaching it first without a play is Brendan Wilkinson.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. Didn't look like Beasley got all the way down. I get both knees down. He only got the one shot off his foot. And back-to-back strikeouts going back to last inning for Zach Royce, but he'll reach.
That'll bring up Nate Stuyvesant. Right-handed hitter, walked on 4 pitches, watched the first pitch up and away. There must be something about him that Zach Royce doesn't like because he's right there with every hitter. But Stuyvesant now has seen 5 pitches, none of them particularly close to the strike zone. Royce sets separate from his chest. 1-0 at the knees with a fastball, 1-1. Dads have already rolled 1 double play today. It went 5-4-3 back in the 4th. They would just about certainly take a second right here, especially after the drop third strike. Cal Johnson now starting to throw in the Crawdads bullpen. Throw over to first, and actually it's Braden Barnes that's throwing for the Crawdads. A ball and a strike to Stuyvesant, headed to Stanford in the fall. Right-handed hitting second baseman. 1-1. Away with the fastball, 2-1. Got to think maybe the top of the lineup, maybe Jake Brown, the left-handed hitter, or Ace Reese, the left-handed hitter, is what Braden Barnes is getting prepared for. 2-1, way late on the fastball, 2-2.
Yeah, you say way late? Should have swung. I mean, he swung
yesterday.
Tomorrow.
Wait.
He needed to swing tomorrow.
Needed to swing yesterday.
Yesterday.
He was late.
Oh, yeah. God. Swung.
The 2-2. A long wait. Waiting for tomorrow. The 2-2 is down and away, 3-2. You had the right idea. You really did. Now spell Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday's a hard one.
So, it is. You know, some of us can spell it, some of us cannot. Some of us put 2 S's.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Pickoff move back to first. They've got him. Azpilicueta up and throwing to second. The tag by Arroyo is right there. And a nice job by Zach Royce and the Dads to get out number 1. The drop third strike erased. 1 down in the frame.
Yeah, Zach Royce gets him himself twice. The strikeout, the pickoff. Nice.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Royce from the stretch. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball annihilated. Strikeout number 6.
Yeah, overpowered him in that at bat. Today, tomorrow, yesterday, whatever it is, he was
Wednesday.
late. Yeah, it was late. That's a good heater from Royce. 6 Ks, 4 2/3.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3 walks were all kind of just not competitive at all. It almost makes you think that they're
not intentional, but almost a throwaway at bat.
right.
Here's Luke Johnson, reached on an error, takes a first pitch strike.
The word that I'm looking for, it's not fluke, but almost fluke. Just it was so bad, and it just doesn't happen that often.
0-1 at the knees, 0-2.
I know he'll come and do this. Just get ahead, 0-2, and his stuff looks overpowering.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Looking to potentially complete the best Crawdad start of the summer. The 0-2 fouled over our heads. A ball and no balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Crawdads here in the 5th. Braden Barnes still getting loose for the Crawdads. Royce set above the belt. The 0-2. Hit high and deep center field. Cummings, though, is right there. Into the shade of the outfield grass, makes the catch for the 3rd out. 5 really, really good innings for Zach Royce. Well, at top 6, see if the Crawdads can add on. It's 1-0 Dads when we come back here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Still Andrew Parker here in the 6th inning with the Crawdads leading 1-0. Zach Royce all of a sudden looks like his day's going to be over, and really he's kind of outdueled Sammy Parker to some extent. No, not Sammy Parker. That is not his name. No. Andrew, first pitch to Casey Cummings here in the 6th is down and away with fastball 1-0. Casey was in an 0-2 hole back in the 5th before Isaiah Walker got caught stealing second base. A ball and no strikes. Cummings swings and misses. Looks like a slider that Cummings was out in front of. Chased. A ball and a strike.
Yeah, Parker obviously so dominant to start the game. Still been good throughout.
1-1, swing and a miss.
I will say, it's not often you see a starter go into the 6th inning in the CCL. So take that for what you will.
The 1-2 from Parker to Cummings. From the windup, the pitch. Check swing on a ball down and away. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire, Dave Gimby.
Awesome last name.
Yeah.
Gimby. Awesome.
2 balls and 2 strikes to the Crawdads leadoff hitter. On deck, Isaiah Lane. 1-0 Crawdad lead. Parker, a long wait on the hill. Now he brings the ball to his belt. Peers in over his glove, the 2-2. Up high, 3-2.
That's what we were talking about kind of almost right before we went to break, after the end of the top of the 5th inning, how in an 0-2 count, you don't hate sending Isaiah Walker, and you don't hate getting thrown out.
3-2, swing and a miss. Change up down low, got him to swing through it for out number 1. 8 punches for Andrew Parker.
Yeah, you don't love the result right there from Casey Cummings, but still not a terrible at-bat.
Second time Casey is punched out today.
Yeah, tough. It was a good pitch. That slider's been doing its damage.
Isaiah Lane Lines the first pitch to the right side, sinking towards Jake Brown, slides, makes the catch for out number 2. Really nice play out and right.
Had to go a good amount of distance to get it. It's sinking and slicing towards the line. Brown, had he not been able to glove that? That's in the corner. That's spelling triple.
Or more.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Ben Arroyo, Crawdads shortstop, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop out. It's not had the day he's wanted, really on either side of the ball. Made an error at shortstop as well. First pitch from Parker. Slider fouled back, 0-1. Does look like Zach Royce's day is over for the Crawdads. Braden Barnes replaced Cal Johnson with a couple lefties coming up. See if the Crawdads can spark some 2-out magic here with the 3-hitter, Ben Arroyo. Fastball outside, maybe a little high, 1-1. 1-0 Walnut Creek leads here in the top of the 6th, looking to even up the road trip and even up their season record. 1-1. Line straight back, 1-2. Only run for either squad came in the top half of the 5th. Jackson Bird led off with a 2-strike double off the right field fence, and then Isaiah Walker singled him home. But not a lot of traffic for either squad. The 1-2. Arroyo hits it high, pretty deep, left field, but in the park. Left fielder Ace Reese in the left field alleyway. Reaches to his left, makes the squeeze for out number 3. We'll head bottom 6, 1-0 Crawdads lead. Top half of the 7th, bottom, no. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Braden Barnes, the new pitcher for the Crawdads. He has been very good this summer. Through his 2 appearances, both in league play, 2 2/3, call it 3 innings is what it really is. There's some miscommunication on the statistical side of that. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits, a run allowed. His last outing came against the Seagulls through 2 innings of 1-run ball. And I think maybe we should take a look around the CCL in just a couple minutes. But we're going to wait for the first pitch of the 5th inning. The new pitcher, Braden Barnes, facing the top of the lineup. Jackson Kemmerer, the center fielder, bats from the right side. Open stance. Barnes from the windup will step off and readjust. Final line for Zach Royce. Best start of the summer. 5 innings, a hit, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. First pitch to Kemmerer is a fastball on the outside at the knees, 0-1.
Yeah, we're talking about, just on the other end, how you don't see a pitcher going to the 6th. You don't even really see a starter pitcher going to the 5th.
0-1. Fouled straight back, 0-2. And especially at this point in the season, just about a week and a half in, Brand Cummings is not a guy that throws guys a lot of innings, right? His message is, okay, this is summer ball. Yes, we're trying to win, but we also want to get guys reps. Right. There's a lot of 3-3-3, a lot of 4-2-2-1, right? That is not the case today. No balls and 2 strikes. This one lined right center field sinking. Liao will dive and can't make the catch as he traps it in front of him. It was a really nice play just to keep it in front. but it's a knock for Jackson Kemmerer. Let's take a look around the CCL. This look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours, small enough to care, large enough to compete. Some games going on. One final. Conejo defeated Santa Barbara at Sparky Anderson Field 7-4 in that one. Alameda ahead of the Menlo Park Legends, a Legends team that's had a really good start to their season, 9-5 in the bottom of the 9th. Slow on top of the Academy, 7-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Sonoma on top of SF, 8-1 in the top of the 6th. First pitch fastball misses away to the right fielder, Jake Brown, 1-0.
Yeah, back to Zach Royce. The 3 walks, really the only blemish on his line today. He's able to navigate those phenomenally.
Pickoff move back to first, just in ahead of the throw is Kemmerer.
That is dangerously close to a balk. Dangerously close.
So a ball and no strikes to Jake Brown. Dads have rolled 1 double play today. Also had a runner caught on a pickoff. This one lined to the left side, sharply foul. The lights pretty much in full effect. Just an absolutely stunning sunset off to our left. I mean, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
You have a wall in front of you. Can you see it?
I can see half of it.
Yeah, come over here when you get a chance.
I'll come over right now.
I mean, it's really, really nice.
That's pretty awesome.
Also awesome, Braden Barnes on the bump. 1-1 the count. Looks over to first. Big lead from Kemmerer, who's got good speed. 1-1. Up high and away. 2-1. Barnes has not really been asked this summer to go multiple innings. Did throw 2 against San Francisco, but it was because he kept his pitch count so low back in his first frame. See what he can do here. 2 balls and a strike. This one lined sharply to the left side. Hooking foul. 2-2.
So some loud contact off the lefty so far. The single was hit hard to right field. Not that deep, but a few foul balls in this at-bat that have been smoked down the line. Looks like Brown has a good beat on him.
2-2 from Barnes. High leg kick and the delivery. Popped up left field, sinking shallow. Jackson Bird, the left fielder, sprinting over to his right, makes the catch on the move for out number 1. A nice play from a guy who struggled a little bit defensively to make the first out.
Just moving over and in towards the line. Can be tough to navigate with the lights. That one a little high. The lights a little higher than we saw yesterday in Arroyo Seco.
Just a touch.
Also a little bit brighter and light up the whole field.
That will bring up Ace Reese. I feel like this is kind of the one guy that Braden Barnes was brought in to neutralize in this spot. Lefty with power. First pitch, runner goes. Pitch up and away. Beasley up and firing down to second. His throw is in time. Perfect strike from Nikhil Beasley behind the plate for out number 2.
Wow. That was a laser. And a strike, like you said, to second base. I mean, a perfect throw on the left-hand side, the first base side of second base. That's some good stuff. Love it.
So now working from the windup is Barnes. The lefty looks in over the glove on his right hand. Long wait. The 1-0. Outside ball 2. Some changes defensively. One change. The shortstop and third baseman for the Dads switch. It'll be Ben Royo at third now. Isaiah Lane at short. Heard there are some scouts here to see both of them play. Want to see him play shortstop. 2-0. Right there on the outside. 2-1. So Barnes gets a little help from his defense. Not something that has been said about the Crawdads on this trip. A 2-1 count from the lefty, from the windup. Slider down and away, 3-1.
Yeah, yesterday the 3 errors. Yeah, 3 errors and not the most difficult of plays either. It's just mental mistakes. And so far, the defense has not really created a lot of mental mistakes, and they made some plus plays too.
3-1. Outside. Apparently that's ball 3. 3-2.
And, you know, there was the throwing error from Ben Royo earlier in this game, but it was a good job by Nico Azpilicueta to just turn around and fire home.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Down and in, ball 4 this time for real. You know, Barnes is not at all what I thought he was going to be as a pitcher. When you see a guy with his numbers at Arizona State, where he was a guy that was used kind of in a shorter role, sometimes just to neutralize lefties, you expect someone a little more like Sean Fitzpatrick, a little whippier, a little funkier. Barnes has kind of got the starter build, the 4-pitch mix, but asked to do something big out of the bullpen here. J.C. Allen watches the first pitch fastball, catch the outer black at the knees, 0-1.
Yeah, he definitely gives off the starter vibes, and I think he'll probably most likely work into that role. The stuff is good.
0-1. Grounded right side, Azpilicueta on 2 hops. Shuffles to the bag for out number 3 and a nice inning from Braden Barnes. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Carson Mercier back on play-by-play when we come back. 1-0, Dad's lead.
Top of the 7th inning, Crawdads coming to bat, leading 1-0. Bear, Harrison, Nico Azpilicueta, and Jackson Bird, the 3 scheduled to bat for the Dads in the 7th. And maybe some sighs of relief down the first base dugout as the starter, Andrew Parker, finally has been removed from the ballgame. 6 innings, just 2 hits, a run, both of those hits coming in 1 inning. A walk, 8 strikeouts, had 5 strikeouts through his first 6 batters. Struck out the first 5 guys he's faced.
Really good. Really, really good from Andrew Parker.
So now, Orange County will turn the ball to another righty. It's Tanner Wardy. First pitch of the inning. This is a little bit inside to Bear Harrison.
Looks like Wilkinson got a little crossed up behind the plate. Had to kind of catch it a little weird. Didn't look like he was trying to frame it. Just looked like the timing was kind of thrown off.
So ball, no strikes. Wardy from the windup. Fastball, there's a strike. And it's 1-1. At LMU in the spring, 5 games, only completed an inning, 3 hits, an earned run. So not a lot to go off of. However, this summer, making his 2nd appearance. And from the windup, working a little bit slower than the starter Parker. Misses a little bit high and away, and it's 2-1.
Dads have a pinch hitter on deck, Cole Kosciuszko. I got the name. I feel bad for the PA guys having to go from Azpilicueta to Kosciuszko.
Yeah, it's a tough night. 2-1. Fastball way high. 3 balls and a strike. Wardy in his 2nd appearance of the summer. In his first went 3 innings, gave up 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 total, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. So it was in a 7-1 loss a few days ago to the Conejo Oaks. 3-1 to Bear, hit sharply on the ground, but right at the third baseman, Johnson, and it's past him and into left field. Harrison going to turn around first, but pull it up there, and E5, and Harrison is on board.
My dad used to say right between the wickets, right? I mean, that's what that is. Just right at him. Adam ball. Luke Johnson has had a couple plays that it feels like he's gotten almost a little lucky on today. Some plays he hasn't looked super comfortable on. Finally, bites him.
So pinch hitter now for Nico Azpilicueta. Like you said, it's Cole Kosciuszko. First pitch to Cole, swinging, and he fouls it back into the net. 0-1.
Now that I say Kosciuszko, spelling it feels easier.
Right.
Kos, SC,
right.
Ia, Sko.
Kosciuszko.
Right, like it. As stupid as it says now to say it, it's spelled like it's written, or it's spelled like it is pronounced.
Harrison leads off first, the 0-1. This is a little bit high, and it's a ball and a strike. Azpilicueta was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Yesterday, Kosciuszko hit third, went 0 for 3 for the Dads, but line doesn't tell the whole story. Ball and a strike on him here. Pitch misses high, and it's 2-1 hit. A couple of balls extremely hard. One, he lined out to the shortstop, and then another went the other way pretty deep. And at Jackie Robinson Field, it's 374 down the line. He got it just in front of the warning track. So got a good piece, but went hitless. 2-1. This is up and away, and it's 3-1. And that's kind of the story that it's been for Cole Kosciuszko all season long.
100%.
Hitting the ball hard everywhere, putting up good at-bats. Doesn't have much to show for it. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out top of the 7th inning in a 1-0 ball game. Harrison takes his lead off first, working back towards the bag. 3-1, swing and a miss, and the count's full.
Kosciuszko's kind of got one of my favorite player builds. I compared him a little bit to James Loney. I think that's almost a disservice because I think he's got a good amount of pop in that bat, but puts the ball in play, takes walks, is a really good athlete, and just so good defensively at first base.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Already comes home and misses outside. So Cole Kosciuszko comes off the bench, able to work a walk, and with nobody out in the 7th. The Crawdads are going to have runners on first and second, nobody out, and Jackson Bird coming up.
And look, just the difference in at-bats between facing Andrew Parker and Tanner Ward is so different. With Parker, it felt like ahead 1-0 or ahead 0-1 every single time. Now both batters have fallen. He's fallen behind 3-1. Yeah, it was an error to lead off the inning, but that ball was scorched from Bear Harrison.
Another lefty batter, Jackson Bird, who collected his first hit of the conference summer in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss here, and it's 0-1. Doubled to right field back in the 5th inning. Would come around to score the game's only run. Just 4 combined hits, 2 for each team. No balls and a strike. Wardy set, hands held to his chest. The 0-1, a little bit outside, and it's 1-1.
I've really liked the at-bats from Jackson Bird this weekend. It feels like he's seeing a good amount of pitches, and just the timing seems to be starting to get timed up.
Ball and a strike, Wardy set. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground down the first base line, and foul ball.
I mean, no play from Austin Harrington over.
No
at first.
hands.
I know that his dad, Tony, Mr. Harrington, is listening. I would have thought you had taught him better. Just, I mean,
that's coming out pretty hot.
Yeah, that was ugly. It was not, what I've expected from Austin Harrington.
Ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Already home, and this one is skied right side. Brown to the right fielder, racing in. Second baseman Stevenson coming in, but it's Brown. He makes the catch. He's able to park under it. There's the first out of the 7th inning.
Just got under it. Again, swings are starting to get a little better for Bird. Didn't hit it all that hard there, but another solid at bat. Crawdads need to get a run or two in here. After an error and a walk, I mean, that's kind of the perfect storm to start an inning.
Here's Ethan Liao now with 2 on and 1 out. Liao's 0 for 2, fly out in the 5th and grounded out in the 3rd. Righty on righty matchup. Wardy comes set. Now he'll come home. Fastball's lined into left field and a base hit just past the outstretched glove of Luke Johnson. Runners have to just go 90 feet. It was hit pretty hard and could have been caught. Station to station, the Crawdads go, and the bases are loaded for Isaiah Walker.
That's the best swing I've seen from Leal all summer. Just sat back on that one really, really well. Got the hands up, shifted the weight really kind of perfectly, and knocks it into left field. Hard hit ball, hard 90 as well. Bases are juiced.
For Isaiah Walker, who's 1 of 2 on the day. Huge spot for the Crawdads looking to add on. And a first pitch slider's in there for a strike.
Does have the only RBI of the day for Walnut Creek. Would like to add 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Wardy now going to work from the windup with the bases loaded. 0-1, sky high, straightaway center, not deep. It's the shortstop, Cadena, going back. He will make the catch on the outfield grass for out number 2. So maybe just missing it there was Isaiah Walker.
Just got under it. Was a good looking swing. Just tried to do a little too much, it felt like. Now a big spot for Nikhil Beasley. Still looking for that first hit. I mean, there's no better time than right now.
He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the 5th and grounded out to second in the 3rd. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a 1-run ball game. Righty on righty. Wardy takes a deep breath, now brings the glove to his face. From the windup, first pitch misses with the curveball up and in, 1-0. You look back to 2022, last time that the Crawdads were here, got walked off. It was a pretty tight game. Insurance runs are never going to hurt. 1-0. Off the helmet of Nikhil Beasley. Not a base hit, but an RBI. A run will come home to score, and it's 2-0 Dads in the 7th.
You'll take it. Casey Cummins coming up to the plate. An RBI hit by pitch. Didn't look like it hurt a ton, just a curveball off the top of the head, and that's something Nikhil Beasley's been really good at this year. He's taken a good amount of hit by pitches. 2 of them in his last game, 1 here, and it comes in a big spot.
I mean, even the first pitch of the at-bat got pretty close to his temple. Kind of was able to duck out of the way of it. And, well, doesn't matter as the next pitch did get him. Orange County going to have a meeting on the top of the mound. Tanner Wardy has really, really struggled in this inning. The first 2 guys of the inning reached, one on the error, then the walk. Was able to get a fly out of Jackson Bird. Ethan Liao would single. Isaiah Walker would pop up. Now the hit by pitch. Base is still loaded, still 2 outs. Well, at the top of the order, Casey Cummings coming up and hasn't had his night. He's 0 for 3. He's due.
He's due. Ouch back.
Yeah, sure.
Felt like I should say it. I don't know. Casey hit a home run yesterday. I mean,
why not now?
Right? Who says no?
It was 379 to left yesterday. It's 325 to left today, so maybe favorable. First pitch to him. In the dirt and a good block by Braden Wilkinson.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfect blocking technique. Has his whole body on top of it. Can't let the ball get to the backstop.
1-0. Wardy still working from the windup. 1-0 pitch. Fouled back into the net. And it's 1-1. Looked like a pretty good cut from Casey Cummings, but a fastball a little bit inside and a little bit late. Kosciuszko leads off 3rd, Liao off 2nd, and Beasley off 1st. 2 gone, top of the 7th, and a run already home. Crawdads looking to add on. Wardy deals. Top of the zone, but it misses high, and it's 2-1. Not a bad pitch. We've seen it called a strike tonight.
If I'm Casey now in a 2-1 count, I'm expecting kind of that same spot. It's a good spot for him to mash.
We'll see where he goes. 2-1 fastball hit on the ground left side. Cadena will go to 1st, and the inning is over. Crawdads leave the bases loaded. They do get the 1 and lead 2-0. Time to stretch at Great Park in Irvine, California. 2-0 Crawdads leading on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network.
Nathan Kadena to lead off the home half of the 7th inning. 2-0, Crawdads leading. Braden Barnes back to the mound. Gardenia, Gump, and Wilkinson. Barnes was effective in his first inning, gave up the leadoff single. Got some help from his catcher, Nikhil Beasley. Threw him out at second base, trying to swipe second. Gardenia takes outside ball. 1-0, a called strike, and it's 0-1. A little bit high, a little bit outside. Natural lefty tail, and it was right there. No balls, a strike. Barnes home, pitches swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Went up above, right around the letters with the heater. Now an 0-2 advantage. From the windup, misses down and in. Nearly got the back foot of Nathan Kadena.
Like the spot. I mean, it kind of just changes the eye levels, if anything. We've seen Barnes go arm side a lot, especially with the fastball. Get chases.
1-2. Change up in the dirt, blocked by Beasley, but the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Well, 1 error for the Crawdads. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Orange County. 2-2 pitch from Barnes. Fastball skied into center. Cummings started back, now comes in. He's got it. 1 away in the 7th.
Much better start than the last inning for Braden Barnes. It always feels good to get the first guy out. Just a harmless fly ball to center field. Casey Cummings is pretty perfect out in center field. You know, we talk about this just about every game, how much of a joy it is to watch him roam the outfield because he makes everyone around him better.
So Nathan Kadena is retired. Rocco Gump coming up. Gump's had a night to forget. 0 for 2, 2 punch-outs. And first pitch swing here, he lines it into left center over the outstretched glove of Isaiah Lane and into left, a base hit. He's thinking too. Here's the throw from Bird. The tag, not in time.
Now batting the catcher, number 11, Brendan Wilkinson.
It was a really good throw from left from Bird. Really good tag by the shortstop Lane. Lane can't believe it. I'm not sure I can either.
It was a really impressive tag by Isaiah Lane. A good throw, but Lane wasn't maybe in the best positioning, had to kind of spin around his body. It looked like he had him. Instead, it's a 1-out double.
On who was going to get the ball, and the runner took advantage of it.
A 1 misses high. A ball and a strike on Wilkinson, who's 1 for 2, but he's reached base safely twice. Singled, came around to third in the second. Struck out, and Nikhil Beasley dropped the ball and kind of kicked it around. He's able to reach first. Slaps this one into right field, right at Ethan Liao. He squares it up, makes the catch, strong throw in, and staying on second base is Rocco Gump. So 2 outs now in the inning for Braden Barnes.
You'll take it. It's a hard hit ball, but results-based business. You get out number 2, you hold the runner on second. Now with 2 outs, who cares?
Tying run still at the plate. Nate Stuyvesant, the second baseman, coming up. Walked in the second, struck out in the 5th. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Down to the curveball for Braden Barnes. That one, a pretty good one.
Big break. Stuyvesant has to step out and readjust. Really, really nice pitch.
No balls, a strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. Barnes, long look to second. Now he'll come home. Fastball top of the zone, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So kind of going to both parts of the zone. First down with the slider, curveball. Now up top with the fastball, and it's 0-2. Barnes looking for his first K. Swing and a miss on the 0-2 pitch. Braden Barnes able to navigate through the 1-out double. We'll go to the 8th. It's 2-0. Crawdads leading on the Crawdads streaming network.
We've played 7, the score 2-0. Crawdads leading as they come to bat in the top of the 8th inning. Isaiah Lane, Ben Arroyo, and Bear Harrison scheduled to bat, with the Crawdads looking to add on. Tanner Wardy back to work his 2nd inning of relief. It was a messy first inning. Had to face 7 batters, gave up a run in the process, and misses down low with the first pitch offering to Isaiah Lane. It's 1-0. Lane is 0 for 3 so far today. Did reach base back in the 4th, then swiped second base. 1-0, hit on a couple of hops to the third baseman, Johnson. He gloves this one. Strong throw across a little bit high, but pulled down by J.C. Allen. And the 1 up, 1 down to start the 8th.
Pretty nice play over at third, really on both sides. It was a ball that had to be short hop, scooped up kind of like a first baseman on the left side of the infield, and then his throw was high, but able to bring it back down, like you said, J.C. Allen.
So now Ben Arroyo with nobody on and 1 gone. Arroyo's still looking for his first hit of the game. Also looking to get on base for the first time today. He's 0 for 3. First pitch from Wardy, misses high. Looked like the fastball, and it's 1-0. Arroyo struck out looking in the 1st. Popped up foul ground in the 4th, and flew out to left in the 6th. 1-0. Fastball right on the outside, called a strike, 1-1. So it's a little bit, well, it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny, actually. Talking about in the pregame or earlier in this game how top of the order had been doing all the damage. Bottom of the order hasn't really come through, at least in the last 2 games, as the 1-1 is fouled off and into the netting. It's 1-2. Last 2 games coming into today, 1 through 4 in the lineup was hitting .313 in 32 attempts. 5 through 9, 065, 2 for 31. And today, all the damage done in the bottom of the order. 3 hits for the bottom of the order as the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Down goes Arroyo for the 2nd time tonight.
Can you remember, or do you know the Crawdads history that was made the last time these 2 teams played?
I don't.
First cycle in Crawdads history.
And it was Coleman. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, no, it was Coleman Schmidt.
Good guess. So 2 gone in the 8th inning, and Bear Harrison coming up. First pitch is a slider that misses well outside, and it's 1-0. Bear reached on an error in the 7th. Came around to score. At the time, make it 2-0. Still that score. Walked in the 4th. Struck out in the 2nd. But pretty much all of his at-bats today have been really, really good. 1-0 from Wardy. Big curveball. Catches the front door, called a strike. 1-1. Pretty good pitch from Tanner Wardy. Looking for a shutdown 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. 1-1 pitch. Another curveball slapped the other way. Jake Brown moving over and in. It'll get down, a base hit for Harrison. Brown bobbles it a bit. Harrison's going to dig for second. Here's the relay. It's cut off. And a 2-out double for Bear Harrison. He's in scoring position with 2 away.
It's been only 2 games for Bear Harrison, and we really haven't seen him go the other way a ton. But what I've been most impressed with is just his ability to take pitches on the outside and take them the other way, whether it's just fouling pitches off. There, a 1-1 count, is able to kind of slice one down the right field line, get into second base with a 2-out double.
Crawdads looking to add on now. Cole Kosciuszko. First pitch. Fastball up and away. 1-0. Crawdads couldn't really hit with runners in scoring position yesterday. Left a good amount of base runners on the base paths, and it came back to cost them when they rallied late in the game. 1-0. Misses high, and it's 2-0. They left 2 on in the 2nd, 2 on in the 3rd, 2 on in the 4th of yesterday's game. Rallied for 2 runs in the 8th inning. That's all they would get after the Casey Cummings leadoff home run to start the ballgame. 2-0 to Cole. Fastball sky high right side. Brown coming in, but it's the shortstop going over Cadena, and he makes the catch straight behind second base. That was a little bit bizarre. Crawdads strand a man on second. They do not score. We'll go to the bottom half, 2-0. Crawdads lead.
Luke Johnson leading off the bottom of the 8th inning. Braden Barnes back to work. First pitch of the inning misses up and away. Braden Barnes out for his 3rd inning of work. He's been pretty good, danced around some trouble in both of his innings as this one misses down and in by the back foot of Luke Johnson. 9-1 and 2, Johnson, Kemmermer, and Brown. 2-0, Crawdads leading. Home half of the 8th inning, 2-0 pitch. Hit pretty well left field. Bird going back, he reaches up, he jumps, and it's out of his glove. Turning for second is Johnson. Here comes the throw, kind of in the middle of the infield. Barnes is going to pick it up on the mound. And a leadoff double for the number 9 man, Luke Johnson.
Ball was just absolutely pummeled off the bat of Johnson, who's had a tough time at third base today. Makes up for it there. Leadoff double. Now 2 straight innings where Barnes will have to work around a runner on second.
Tough one for Bird as well. Kind of started just going straight towards the line, then had to cut it straight back. Made a good attempt on it. It was in and out of his glove. But a leadoff double for Johnson. And Jackson Kemmerer coming up. Top of the order. And a swing and a miss, 0-1. Kemmerer is 1 for 3 thus far today. Singled in his last at-bat back in the 6th inning. He was the first batter to face Braden Barnes. Struck out in the 3rd. Grounded out in the 1st. Swing and a miss here on the 0-1 pitch, and it's 0-2. Barnes going to that slider down below the zone, and a good pitch.
Yeah, big slider, curveball guy, and that was a pretty one.
Barnes ahead, 0-2. Here's the pitch home, a little bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the center fielder. Tying run at the plate for the Riptide. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, gets away from Beasley. Taking off for third is Johnson. He'll get there. Throw to first is in time. So a strikeout and 2-3 on the putout. But moving up and into third is Johnson.
And that's just nasty. Big curveball that had the bottom completely drop out of it. Sat at the knees for so long and then has crazy break down in the zone. The runner moves to third, but really so what at this point? You know, there's only 1 out, chance for a sac fly, but I don't think Braden Barnes cares. That was disgusting.
Barnes will work from the windup as Jake Brown carves the first pitch, fouling into the net, 0-1.
And now a strikeout spot for Braden Barnes.
At last, the 2nd on the day. Struck out Nate Stuyvesant back in the 7th. 0-1. Right back up the middle into center field and a base hit. The Riptide are on the board. 2-1.
Really nice piece right back up the middle, hit hard. Would have scored if the drop third strike hadn't been there. You know, Jackson Bird wishes he had caught the ball to start the inning, but good piece, good hitting. Now need a double play ball.
And the most dangerous hitter in the lineup coming up, it's Ace Reese. Crawdad pitching has done a pretty good job against him. He's 0 for 2, did walk in the 6th. Struck out in the 1st, grounded out weakly in the 3rd. Tying run on first base for the Riptide. First pitch slider, a called strike, 0-1. That's a good pitch, lefty-lefty. And now multiple guys getting loose down in the first base bullpen for the Crawdads. No one yet throwing. 0-1. Another curveball, check swing. And no go, I guess.
What?
Wow.
Wow. Hello.
I think that's what happens when you only have 3 umpires.
I mean, that wasn't even like that wasn't a check. That was a swing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Sorry,
1-1. Fastball right down the middle. Gets it right back on the next pitch. And it's 1-2. That's...
I mean, come on.
That's, yeah.
Sorry. Ouch back.
1-2 pitch. Slider in the dirt, gets away from Beasley again. And moving up and into second base is Jake Brown. Wild pitch, pass ball.
I think it's a wild pitch just because it was in the dirt. But, I mean, it's a play that Beasley knows he should make. Needs to make.
Yeah. Now the tying run in scoring position with just 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Riptide already a run home in this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Barnes comes set, takes a deep breath. Now fires home, and a fastball misses low. So from 0-2 to 3-2,
The count is full.
Do have a free base, but you want to get this guy lefty-lefty, and J.C. Allen, you don't really want to face him at all, especially as a power-hitting righty against Barnes this deep into his outing.
Payoff pitch home from Barnes. Fastball swing and a foul tip. Beasley couldn't hold on. You can't teach that one. Kind of just spun out of his glove.
Now it looks like Crawdads will start getting some guys actually throwing. It looks like Daniel Velichko has the ball in his hand. Try to close this one down.
3-2 pitch once more. Down low, ball 4.
Now batting the first baseman, number
All right, got to
9,
bear down.
J.C. Allen.
A lot of base traffic now. 2 on, just 1 out. Austin Harrington's going to go to the mound. Give a little breather to his arms.
You know what this would be a good time for?
For a little look around the CCL. Do you have it ready? No, there's no way.
I do.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it refreshed?
it is now. This look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours. American Stage Tours.
Small enough to care.
Small enough to care, large enough to
There we go.
compete. Alameda Merchants and Menlo Park Legends. Final 9-7. Merchants, they win their first game of the year. Slow Blues and Academy Barons. The Blues are pouring it on. 7-0 in the top of the 9th. Sonoma Stompers are stomping on San Francisco. Bottom of the 7th, but it's 8-3. And this the only other game on currently. Mayo Oaks, of course, beat the Santa Barbara Foresters. Foresters fall to 2-2.
I kind of love how competitive the CCL is this year, by the
Yeah,
way. Like it
it's-
feels very balanced.
It's pretty tight as there's 2 on and 1 out for J.C. Allen. They'll watch a little bit inside. 1-0 the count goes. So go ahead run on base for the OC Riptide in the bottom of the 8th inning. We've been blessed with a pitcher's duel, but the offenses have kind of started to come back into life here later in the game as the 1-0 is swung on and missed. There's been some really good at-bats. Both teams are drawing some tough walks, and the base hits are starting to come around as well. Ball and a strike. Barnes stares to second. Now he comes home. Fastball is hit on the ground pretty weakly, could be 2. Walker to second for 1. Back to first in time, and a double play. 4-6-3 on the inning-ending double play. Braden Barnes escapes the jam and leaves the tying run in scoring position. We'll go to the top of the 9th. It's the Crawdads 2, the Riptide 1 here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. We go to the 9th. It's 2-1. Crawdads leading as they come to bat against the OC Riptide. Jackson Bird, Ethan Liao, and Isaiah Walker scheduled to bat. Tanner Wardy back to work. First pitch swinging, first pitch crushing for Bird. Back is Brown, but he has room in front of the track to retire Jackson Bird. I'll tell you what, Jackson Bird has really started to come around with the bat. Already had a double today, and that one smashed.
Yeah, hit really, really hard, just right at the right fielder. Nothing you can do about that one. It's a results-based business, but you take that, just about you take that swing every time.
So 1 pitch, 1 out. Now Ethan Liao, who's 1 for 3. Singled back in the 7th inning and takes outside. Ball 1 here. That single back in the 7th was hit hard. And like I think you said earlier, it was one of his better swings of the summer. And a big spot nonetheless. 1-0, taken inside for a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, looking at the YouTube comments, Mr. Liao, I apologize. I wasn't saying, I know he's having a good start to his summer. You're hitting 353, leading the team in batting average. It was a good-looking swing, though, and that's what I was saying. Just really hit the ball hard, sat back on it, and I think pull-side swings are always pretty.
Goes the opposite way this time, but a little bit too much slice, and it's 1-2.
But the kid can hit, and that's been the report.
Yep.
Played really, really well at Gardner-Webb this year. Had a solid year. Was good at Ohlone as well.
Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Gonna have to battle. Wardy from the windup. Now he comes home. Curveball chopped. 1 hop for the third baseman, Johnson. Johnson across throw, not good, but good tag by J.C. Allen. Come off down towards home plate to make the catch and apply the tag. 2 up, 2 down.
Feels like the 3rd or 4th time today that Johnson's made a poor throw over across the diamond. Has not looked comfortable. The ball hit from Bear Harrison was marked an error. It was just hit so hard, but it was right at him. But he has not had his day at the hot corner.
So now Isaiah Walker will take ball 1. Walker a part of that big double play to end the 8th inning. Riptide had scored 1. They were threatening with runners on 1st and 2nd. Ball hit right back to him. Flipped the lane, and they were able to turn the double play. 1-0. He'll take a strike, and it's 1-1. Walker has really started to get it going, I would say. Started a little bit slow. Now is hits in a couple straight games. Yeah, bat's starting to look pretty good. 1-1. Wardy fires in a strike, and it's 1-2. And, I think the best thing about Isaiah Walker, you play him anywhere. Seeing him play second base for the 2nd time this year, but plays the corner outfields and plays them well. Ball and 2 strikes, going to have to battle here. 1-2, skied on the infield. Johnson charging in, but it's the catcher Wilkinson behind home plate who makes the catch. Crawdads go in order in the 9th inning. They need 3 outs if they want to win this ball game. 2-1, Riptide coming up with the middle of their order. Nate Kadena, Rocco Gump, and Brendan Wilkinson coming up in the home half of the 9th with the Riptide trailing 2-1. Braden Barnes back to the bump in his 4th inning of relief. First pitch to Kadena misses high, and it's 1-0. Kadena's 0 for 3. Looking for his first hit, representing the tying run at the plate. 1-0. Skied right side, but foul, and it's 1-1. Crawdads pitching has been fantastic today. 5 innings of 1 hit ball, no runs from the starter, Zach Royce. Did walk 3, but struck out 6. 1-1 from Barnes. A little bit high, and it's 2-1. And then Barnes has taken over last 3 innings. He's been able to dance his way out of some trouble. Gave up the run in the 8th, but that's all. 2-1 here. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Love that. Behind in the count, but throw a changeup, trying to get a chase. A good offhand changeup, left on right, right on left. It's one of my favorite pitches in baseball.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking for out number 1 of the 9th. Fastball in on the hands, popped up. Kosciuszko moving over and into foul ground, but it's just out of his reach. Cole gave it a good run, but had no chance of getting to that one, so the count will stay 2 balls, 2 strikes. Action in the Crawdads bullpen. It's Daniel Velichko.
Velichko, a guy that I could see kind of having like a Cade Cushing summer. Strike thrower, fastball that rises a little bit. But right now it's Braden Barnes' game.
He's got 3 outs to go. Crawdads looking to get back to 500. 2-2 pitch. Changeup low and away, and the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Really, really good take from Kadena.
Infield, outfield, straight up. Here's the payoff. Fastball sky to right field. Liao coming in and over towards the line and foul ground. He's got room, and he makes the catch for out number 1 in the 9th.
That is a very difficult play by Ethan Liao. Moving over towards the line, had to be aware of the fence the entire time. I thought that ball was going to tail too far, but the wind has completely died down, so Liao has enough room to make the play for a huge out number 1.
Now Rocco Gump, lefty-lefty matchup, Barnes and Gump. Gump is 1 of 3, doubled off of Barnes in the 7th. First pitch to him here, a touch below the knees, and it's 1-0. Like a pretty good pitch from Barnes. A couple of strikeouts for Gump in the 2nd and in the 4th. 1-0, right down Broadway, and it's 1-1. Bounce back for Barnes. From the windup, he works. 1-1 pitch. Little up, little away, and it's 2-1. Just 5 hits on the night for the Riptide, 4 for the Crawdads, but the Dads leading 2-1. 2-1 pitch, slapped the other way, but foul. Really late swing from Rocco Gump. Looked like he almost took the ball out of Nikhil Beasley's glove.
But put it in play. Lives to see another pitch, although that would have just been strike 2 anyway, so, don't know what I'm saying.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Barnes rocks and fires. Fastball taken, strike 3, out number 2 in the 9th.
Now batting for
2
Riptide,
really,
number 1,
really fierce at-bats on the mound from Braden Barnes. Fights in a 3-2 count, gets the fly out to Ethan Liao, and then just paint on the outside black with the fastball. Now just 1 out away from the Crawdads' best win of the year.
And the catcher, Brendan Wilkinson, standing in the way. Barnes looking for a save. Crawdads looking for a win. First pitch of the inning, swing and a miss, 0-1.
The stuff is still there. It's still a good, hard fastball up and away. Gets a chase.
Wilkinson came into this game hot, 3 for 6. He's 1 for 3 today, and he pokes this one down the right field line, a fair ball and into the corner. Heading for second is Wilkinson. Liao in the corner, has some trouble with it, and Wilkinson's into second base standing. A 2-out double, and the tying man is in scoring position.
Just a really nice piece, like we talked about in that last at-bat. Kind of just poked it out of the glove of Beasley. Didn't get a ton of good wood on it, but was able to keep it fair to the left of the right field chalk and tuck it into the corner. Liao, nothing he could do about that one. And now a big spot for Nate Stevenson, but it looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter.
It is Matthew Flaherty.
Now pitching.
So Flaherty was originally in the lineup, but got the day off, got scratched. Obviously good enough to play, had a good year at Utah.
Comes in a big spot. He represents the winning run, tying run on second, and a first pitch strike from Braden Barnes. Talk about a tough at-bat coming off the bench. Lefty-lefty with Braden Barnes. Never going to be a comfortable at-bat.
And it has not been his summer, just 1 for 16 so far. Hit number 2 would tie this one up.
0-1 pitch. Slider taken on the outside, strike 2. Barnes ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. Crawdads leading 2-1. Tying run on second base. Barnes going for a 4-out save, or a 4-inning save. 0-2 pitch. Fastball line drive center field. This could tie the game. Casey Cummings, here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time. It gets away from Beasley. The game is tied. Into second base is Flaherty with a game-tying single in the 9th.
Just a really, really good piece of hitting there from Matt Flaherty. And how about the comeback from the Riptide, down 2-0. Flips one into center field. Cummings had a solid throw home, but there was nothing Beasley could do as the ball took a big bounce, and it looks like that's going to be the day for Braden Barnes.
Braden Barnes had a strong night, 3 2/3 innings, but gives up 2 runs and the game tire in the 9th. Crawdads going to the bullpen, looking to keep it tied and send us to extras. We'll have the pitching change when we come back here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Still the bottom of the 9th inning. Now we're tied at 2. Daniel Velichko, the new arm for Grant Cummings and the Crawdads. It's the number 9 man in the lineup, Luke Johnson, coming up with the winning run on second base. Johnson came up with a big hit in the 8th. He doubled, came around to score the first run, and takes high 1-0 here.
Let's go big time stuff. Gets a lot of punches, but is susceptible to the walk.
It's his 3rd appearance of the summer. 1-0. Gets away from Beasley to the backstop. Moving up to 3rd is Flaherty. Winning run 90 feet away.
If you're going to kill Beasley, you got to find a way to get to that fastball. Not an easy play by any means, but you cannot let that runner get to 3rd.
He is now. And in a 2-0 count, Lichko has not been close to the zone. Still 2 outs in the 9th inning. Riptide have scored in each of the last 2. A run here would end it. 2-0, Velichko from the windup. Gets to the backstop, blocked by Beasley, kind of shoots up the first base line, but not nearly far enough for Johnson to advance, and it's 3-0.
Huge, huge block there. Beasley made up for it.
It's a game saver. Top of the order waits on deck. Jackson Kemmerer. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs in the 9th. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball chopped foul into the Riptide dugout, and it's 3-1.
If you're Velichko, you're grateful for that one. I think it might have been low ball 4. No real reason for a swing there.
Home plate umpire Arturo Del Monte kind of going out, had a word, something to say to Velichko, but he's back behind home plate now. Velichko peers over the top of his glove. 3 balls, a strike, here it is home. Swing and a miss on a pitch that certainly would have been ball 4. It was in the dirt, a great block by Beasley, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Daniel Velichko trying to leave the game-winning run on 3rd base. Takes a deep breath. From the windup, here's the payoff. Fouled back into the net, we'll do it again.
Runner on 3rd right now. Flaherty is kind of creeping off 3rd base. Velichko's working from the windup. Don't think he's going to try to steal home, obviously, but something to look out for.
Dancing down the line, he does. Now retreats. 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground left side. It's Arroyo across and in time. Crawdads able to limit the damage to 1. and send this one to extras. However, Riptide get one in the ninth. It was a 2-strike, 2-out base hit from Matt Flaherty off the bench to tie the game. We got free baseball in Irvine here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Time for the top of the 10th. We're tied at 2. The Riptide have scored in each of the last 2 innings. And they force extras at Great Park in Irvine. So leading off the 10th inning is supposed to be Nikhil Beasley. It's going to be Cam Calvillo. He's going to come off the bench and pinch hit for Nikhil Beasley, who went 0 for 2, got hit by a pitch, tied the game with the hit by pitch, or took a 2-0 lead, I should say, in the 7th. 7th inning, really one to look back on if you're the Crawdads. Had the bases loaded, 1 out, and couldn't get any more than the 1.
Guess who's listening?
Who?
That's not a guess. Justin DeHaas.
Oh, yeah. Why isn't he out here?
That's a good
my
question.
only question.
Yeah, he like lives here-ish.
Yeah. Come
All
on,
of SoCal
Justin.
is the same to me.
So not a pinch runner. Ghost runner on second base. It's Isaiah Walker. So good speed to start the 10th. I guess that's a new rule for the CCL this season. Didn't have that last year. Walker takes his lead off second. Calvillo into the box, and it's Tanner Wardy still on the hill, his 4th inning of relief. First pitch to Calvillo off the bench. A little bit inside, 1-0.
And as we've learned kind of in MLB from the last couple of years, the first run doesn't really mean anything, right? The first one is almost a given. You got to score 2. But, of course, you really need to score that first one.
1-0, hit off the pitcher, Wardy, and shoots into right field, a base hit. Walker's being waved around. There's not going to be a throw, and the Crawdads take a 3-2 lead on a pinch hit base hit for Cam Calvillo.
I love that kid. He's just awesome. Awesome baseball player, awesome human being. Shoots one up the middle. It would have gotten through no matter what, but it kicks off the heel of the pitcher into center field. Walker never stopped. That's the big part there. Really good read on third by Coach Cummings. He was retreating like the ball had been in the outfield to watch the play, sent him all the way. It's awesome.
Looks like this could be the day for Tanner Wardy.
I think it's more of a check on his shins.
Whoever was warming in the bullpen is at the gate, holding the gate open. So I guess we'll just have to see. But looked like that comebacker got him on the left foot. This looks like what he's pointing to. And he's going to come out of this game. So the Riptide making a pitching change here in the 10th inning. Crawdads take the 3-2 lead. They've got a chance to add on. We'll take a break and have the new pitcher when we come back here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network.
A run in, a man on, nobody out, top of the 10th inning. Crawdads still at bat. The pitching change. Tanner Wardy out, Ryan Kitteridge in. It's 3+, 3 hits. So far, 1 run, or 2 runs, neither earned, a walk and a strikeout for Wardy. And Kitteridge comes in with Calvillo on first and Casey Cummings at the dish. Kitteridge, a righty, sets at the belt, a long hold top of the mound. Now he'll come home, and his first pitch misses away to Casey Cummings, who's 0 for 4 on the day. Kittredge takes a peek to first. Now comes set, deep breath. Spits towards home plate. Now comes home with the 1-0. Fastball down below the zone, and it's 2-0 on Casey Cummings.
Got to keep adding on if you're at Walnut Creek. Daniel Velichko likely going to be back out for the 10th inning, but they're going to have that ghost runner as well. Got to score, got to keep scoring, got to keep adding on.
Calvillo leads off first. His hit gave the Crawdads the lead with the ghost runner in Isaiah Walker coming home to score. 2 balls, no strikes. Kittredge taking his time. Now he'll come to the plate. 2-0, a strike, and it's 2-1. A little bit of an interesting job of receiving that for Braden Wilkinson. Almost brought the glove down towards the ground, but it's called a strike regardless. 2 balls and a strike, a man on first. Kittredge takes a deep breath from the first base side of the rubber. Still holds at the belt. Now he'll come home, fastball and a strike, and it's 2-2.
Hard thrower, good stuff, big strikeout stuff this last year at Cal Baptist. 5 strikeouts so far in 4 innings this summer, but has struggled with the walk at times.
And a 2-2 battle with Casey Cummings. Top of the 10th inning, Crawdads leading 3-2. Kittredge, deep breath. Nods his head up and down. Out of the plate. Hit on the ground, foul outside of third. Count will stay, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crawdads were able to get 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. They held the Riptide scoreless to that point, but OC was able to get 1 in the 8th, tie it in the 9th. Now we're in the 10th. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Dads. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Riptide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kittredge, deep breath, working at a much different pace than the previous 2 pitchers. Now he'll come home, and a curveball in the dirt gets away from the catcher, enough for Calvillo to take off and take second base. An additional run in scoring position for the Dads.
I could talk on and on about just how much I really do love watching Cam Calvillo play. Like, a guy in the portal, right? For any coach watching, needing a player on their team, it's the guy you want. Had that read perfectly. Just everything he does, baseball player-esque.
Wasn't originally in the lineup, came up huge with a pinch hit, go-ahead single in the top of this inning. 3-2 in the dirt, ball 4. So Ryan Kittredge comes in and walks the first man he faces. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and Isaiah Lane coming up.
Again, huge spot for Isaiah Lane, huge spot for the Crawdads. Just got to keep adding on. I've said it already, but I'm going to keep hammering that point in. You have to keep adding runs because the Riptide have their free runner on second base.
Isaiah Lane doesn't have a Crawdad. As a Crawdad, does not have a hit yet this summer. Only the 2 games, but he's 0 for 4 today. Struck out in the first, reached on an error, stole second in the 4th, flew out to right in the 6th, and grounded out to third. His last at-bat back in the 8th. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Not bunting, and he takes down low, 1-0.
I don't hate a bunt in this situation, though.
Not at all.
Especially, I mean, Lane has good speed. It's something where if he, push bunt with the second baseman, kind of shading towards the second base bag, push bunt could work for a hit. If you drag one kind of perfectly, it could work for a hit, especially with the troubles of Luke Johnson at third base today. He's got good speed, and at the very least, you push both runners over for Ben Royo, who's seeing the ball well, and Bear Harrison.
Luke Johnson, aware of the fact that the Crawdads could be bunting here. He plays even with the third base bag. 1 ball, no strike, still nobody out. Kittredge comes home. Fastball's popped up. Kittredge got in on the hands of Isaiah Lane. Lane gets a piece, and that one landed up by us. And it shoots back into the stands.
I make a play on that 10 times out of 10 if I'm ready.
Should have taken the headset off.
I should have.
Yeah.
Next time.
I'll hold you to it. Ball and a strike. Kittredge and Isaiah Lane. 1-1, swing and a miss. Kittredge overpowered Lane with the fastball down and in, and it's 1-2.
It's a good fastball. Lane's going to readjust the batting glove, just take a step back and reset it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Crawdads looking to add on, already a run home in this 10th inning. Kittredge long hold, now he'll come home. This one hit softly to Johnson at third, to second for 1, on to first, no chance. Isaiah Lane able to run it out, and there's runners on the corners, 1 away.
So doesn't work exactly the same as a bunt, obviously, doesn't push both runners up, but the runner moves to third, and now a fly ball to the outfield likely scores him. A base hit obviously scores him. You do a job enough, and a really good job by Lane to beat it out down the line.
Called 5-4, fielder's choice. Lane reaches safely, and he too is a stolen base threat. Here's Ben Arroyo with an additional run leading off third base. Crawdads looking to add on to their 1-run lead. Arroyo looking for his first hit of the night with the corners up. Kittredge nods his head back and forth looking at first. Now he'll come home. This one lined in off the hands. A foul ball down the first base line, 0-1.
I also don't hate here potentially the double steal for the Crawdads. At least, send the guy from first, get him caught in a pickle between first and second, just with 1 out. Have that second run almost definitely score. I think if there's 2 outs here, that's almost definitely what you do.
Corners up in the middle, playing double play depth. Good speed all around for the Crawdads. 0-1. Kittredge holds his hands at his belt. Now he'll come home. 0-1 is in there, a strike, and Ben Arroyo is down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Got to put the ball in play.
Looking to avoid the hat trick here. He struck out looking in the first, swinging in the 8th. Calvillo leads off third base. Lane off first. Kittredge comes set. No balls and 2 strikes. Kittredge deals. This one hit into left field, not that deep. Ace Reese coming in. It's a shortstop. Cadena going back to make the catch in the outfield lawn for the second out. Nobody's able to advance, and there's 2 gone.
Unproductive at bat. That's exactly what you couldn't have there. It acts the same as a strikeout, but now Bear Harrison, his biggest at bat as a Crawdad, a chance to change this game.
Bear doubled in the 8th, reached on an error, and scored a run in the 7th inning. Has hit multiple balls extremely hard tonight. Crawdads need him to come through here. Leading by a run, but would love to add on. Runners on the corners, 2 outs in the inning. Kittredge working at a snail's pace. Comes home with the first pitch, and it's tapped foul behind home plate. Good, healthy swing from Bear Harrison. And he looks like he's in some pain.
Big time swing, but he's up and ready to take another one.
Crawdads had the bases loaded, just 1 out in the 7th inning. They were able to get the 1, and that was all. Not being able to score more is what has led this game to be where it is now. No balls, a strike, 2 outs, top of the 10th inning. Runners on the corners and a run already home. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Harrison was way late on the fastball.
Now he's seen a couple, gotten good swings on both. Second one he was a little late on. He's able to time it up. Got to be wary of the off speed.
Calvillo strolls off third. Not a big lead there. Lane off first. Not a big lead there either. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Ryan Kittredge with a deep breath. Holds himself middle of the rubber. Now he'll come home. 0-2 pitch. And Harrison fouls it off to stay alive. We'll do the 0-2 at least one more time.
Kind of just got off the inside part of the bat, but was able to foul it off. Again, stays alive. Crawdads got to push 1 more across here to feel a little better.
9:41 local time. Still a pretty decent crowd, many of which are young kids, maybe little leaguers. They're on their feet, chanting, "Finish him." The PA announces. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way from Ryan Kittredge. Here it is. Fastball, line drive, right field, and we'll do it again. Another good battle and another good at-bat for Bear Harrison. He's done it all night so far.
Still confident swings with 2 strikes. Swings that are made to do some damage.
Looks like Cal Johnson is ready in the Crawdad bullpen. We'll see what kind of lead he has in the bottom half of this inning. Crawdad's not done scoring. No balls, 2 strikes, runners on the corners and 2 outs. Kittredge home. This one hits past the dive of the third baseman, Luke Johnson, into left field, a base hit. Calvillo will score, and the Crawdads lead 4-2 in the 10th.
And that's the one you need. That's why you add Bear Harrison to this lineup, because he can just poke the ball past the third baseman. Don't poke the Bear, he'll poke it past you, and that's exactly what happens. 4-2, Crawdads lead.
It's Bear's second hit of the game. And runners on first and second. Still 2 gone, and Cole Kosciuszko coming up. He's 0 for 1 since his pinch hitting appearance, and he'll take low for a strike, I guess. 0-1. Walked in the 7th, popped up in the 8th. Crawdads with a 2-run lead. They've scored 2 times in the 10th. Righty-lefty, Kosciuszko takes down low, and the count evens, a ball and a strike.
Heard Brent Cummings from the third base coach's box say Bear no back pick. Something that behind the plate, Brendan Wilkinson has tried a couple times today. Can't have the rally killed by that.
Ball and a strike, Kittredge home. Fastball down below the zone, 2 balls and a strike. Andrew Parker started this game for Orange County. He went 6, gave up 2 hits, just 1 run. A walk and a strike, 8 strikeouts. Tanner Wardy came in for 3+. Started this inning, gave up 2 runs, now 3. Only one of them was earned as the 2-1, blocked by Wilkinson, and it's 3-1.
And now his book is fully closed. Is Wardy.
So 3 total runs, only 1 earned. A walk and a strikeout.
He was good.
Very solid. Lane off second. Harrison off first. 3-1 to Kosciuszko. Kittredge comes home. Curveball floats in, and it's called a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Just not what Kosciuszko was expecting there, but I think if you throw him that pitch again, he takes it the other way, kind of slices it down the left field line, and that's a pair of runs.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will have a head start. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Cranked out to right field. Brown going back. He's looking up. It is a foul ball. Had the distance. Just a few feet foul down the right field line.
Cleaned it out. Took one just above his shoe tops, but was out in front of the off-speed offering. And 5 feet foul, 10 feet foul. Not by much.
Kosciuszko continues to hit the ball hard. See if he can hit the ball hard in the field of play. 3-2. One more time. Outside ball 4. Bases are loaded.
Really, really nice at bat from Cole Kosciuszko. He continues to impress. And now a big spot for Jackson Bird, and his at bats have been great today.
Bird doubled and scored a run in the 5th, but the last 3 balls that he's put in play have been struck with some power. And OC is going to just have a meeting on the mound, trying to calm down Ryan Kittredge, who has been a bit shaky in this inning. He's allowed a run to come home to score, but has been kind of all over the place.
Would love some more if you're Walnut Creek. Push a couple more across. At least one. Get one home here. Kittredge does struggle with the walk.
He's walked 2 in this inning. And 2 base hits to go along with him. Single from Cam Calvillo to start this thing. Scored Isaiah Walker, who was the ghost runner. Extra inning rules in effect for the 2024 CCL season. Casey Cummings walked. Harrison singled. Kosciuszko has walked. Bases loaded, and Jackson Bird. From the windup, Kittredge Gets a check swing and a strike, 0-1. Down below the zone. Bird kind of chasing at the off-speed pitch. No balls and a strike. Kittredge rocks and fires the 0-1, misses down low. Tried to go back to that curveball. This time Bird not biting. Count evens up at 1 apiece. It's still Cal Johnson in the Crawdad bullpen. Throwing off the mound is catcher Nikhil Beasley kind of just standing behind home plate. No mask, no gear. Ball and a strike, deep breath, and the windup. 1-1 way late on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
It'll be interesting to see in the bottom of the 10th who comes out to the bump for the Crawdads. Who goes behind the plate for the Crawdads, right? Do you sacrifice the DH and throw Bear Harrison back there? Do you put Xavier Rios back there? There's a lot of options for Grant Cummings.
Grant would love to be able to make that decision with a bigger lead than 2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kittredge working to Bird. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss. Kittredge able to get out of the situation. However, he does allow 2 runs to come home and score. Crawdads lead 4-2. They need 3 outs. They're going to try to close this one out once more. To the bottom of the 10th we go here at Great Park in Irvine, California. Crawdads lead by 2 in the bottom of the 10th inning. Top of the order coming up for the OC Riptide. Jackson Kemmerer, Jake Brown, and Ace Reese. Daniel Velichko back to work. Kemmerer drops a bunt, gets it down the third base line, but it's hooking and a foul ball. Nearly a pretty perfect bunt attempt, but just had a little bit too much spin on it, and it goes foul.
Good thing for the Crawdads that it went foul because that was a knock all day.
Ghost runner on second base. I believe that's Matt Flaherty.
Yep. New catcher as well for the Crawdads.
It is Xavier Rios. So Cam Calvillo comes in just a pinch hit. No defensive swap. Straight swap. No balls, a strike. Velichko in his second inning of work from the stretch. 0-1 again, squaring to bunt is Kemmerer. He gets it down, but he gets it down foul, and it's 0-2. So Kemmerer, who does have a base hit today, but has struggled on the summer, tries to get down a bunt. And will now have to do it with 2 strikes.
Yeah. I don't really understand the bunt here, because that runner on second means a 0.
Yeah. Crawdads up 2. Thanks to a 2-run 10th inning. Cam Calvillo, Bear Harrison, some clutch base hits. Here's the 0-2 again, scoring, pops it up, foul ball, strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout for Daniel Velichko. It's a free out.
Take it.
Yeah.
Number 28.
Thank you very much. Hat trick. First punchy for Velichko.
First out of the 10th, and Jake Brown is at the dish. Brown is 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. Represents the game-tying run. Velichko set. Couple of looks to second. Now he'll deal. Fastball. Big cut, and this one's fouled straight back. It's 0-1.
So love the start here for Velichko. 4 pitches, 4 strikes. Got a little help from his friend, but he'll take it.
No balls, a strike, 1 out, bottom of the 10th inning. Velichko home, down low in the dirt, blocked by Rios, and it's a ball and a strike. Good job by Rios there. Could be tough. You sit 9.5 innings on the bench, come in defensively in a high leverage, high clutch situation. Be tough to just come in as the catcher. Ball and a strike. Here it is. Down and away. Good stop again from Rios, and it's 2-1. Looks like Cal Johnson is ready in the Crawdad bullpen. Kind of just standing on top of the mound, watching and waiting. Nothing he can do from there. 2 balls, a strike, 1 out, bottom of the 10th inning. Field outfield straight up, not giving much attention to the runner on second as the 2-1 is poked foul down the third base line, and it's 2-2.
Feels like this is going to be Daniel Velichko's game to finish out. Did a good job back in the bottom of the 9th to keep it tied.
And for the Crawdads, you got to think to tomorrow. You would love to have Cal Johnson available for that game. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Velichko set at the belt. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and a really nice block by Xavier Rios behind home plate. Had to bounce out to the left-handed batter's box to keep it in front, and it keeps the runner on second. Not Flaherty there.
Kind of just threw his body on top of it. Really, really, really good work for a runner that really doesn't mean anything, but doing his job, getting the reps in.
3-2 from Velichko, up high, ball 4, and now tying run is on board.
This is the guy you want up if you're OC. Ace Reese, the best hitter on this team, in the biggest spot he's had all season.
Crawdads have done an all right job managing him today. He's 0 for 2. He's walked in each of his last 2 plate appearances, struck out in the first and grounded out in the third. Favorable matchup for him here. Righty versus lefty. He represents the winning run. Crawdads got 2 in the top of the 10th. Riptide have 2 on. First pitch, big cut, but it's fouled back, 0-1.
That's what you're going to take if you're Ace Reese. You know you have the talent. You know you have the power to end this game. Let's go. Trying to end the game in a good way.
Reese has been good in a small sample with runners in scoring position. He's got 5 runs batted in. Only 15 at-bats, and messed up pickoff play is not going to matter as this one's flied into left field. Bird is under it and catches out number 2. The shortstop, Isaiah Lane, had flashed daylight at second base and had completely vacated his position. Velichko didn't pick up on it, and maybe a little bit lucky that that one was in the air opposed to on the ground.
Hey, no harm done, and I think lucky too was Matt Flaherty because he was dead to his right there. Velichko spins. But hey, 2 outs. Crawdads have been in this situation today. Got to buckle up.
J.C. Allen at the dish. First pitch misses, up and in, 1-0. Allen in a big spot back in the 8th inning, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play off of Braden Barnes. Crawdads would take a ground ball here. J.C. Allen represents a go-ahead run with the tying run on first base. Velichko comes set, 1-0. Fastball just off the outside, and it's 2-0. Crawdads led 2-0 going into the 8th inning. Riptide got 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th to send us to extras. Cam Calvillo, Bear Harrison had some big clutch RBI base hits to put the Crawdads up by 2. 2-0 off the outside, 3 balls and no strikes on the first baseman, J.C. Allen. Allen in his first game with the Riptide this summer, still without a hit. He's 0 for 3. And in a 3-0 count. Velichko, deep breath, comes home, and the fastball is there at the knees, 3-1. Nicely located.
Not just to get me over fastball. Pitch that could get an out if it was swung at. Got to get the same thing here.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Velichko home, and in the dirt. That's ball 4. Bases going to be loaded. Tying run is in scoring position.
Now batting for
Gotta love it, right?
number 14.
Can't ask for anything more. Tying run now in scoring position, winning run on base. Nate Cadena has been really good in his Riptide career. Had a great summer last year. Was a good player at San Jose State for a couple years in a huge spot.
He struggled today. He's 0 for 4. A couple of ground outs, a 5-4-3 double play, and a couple of flyouts. Austin Harrington out to have a word with Daniel Velichko and the rest of the Crawdad infield. They all meet on the top of the mound. This is only game 2 of this 3-game SoCal road trip for the Crawdads. Of course, lost yesterday 8-3 to Arroyo Seco. They will be back at Jackie Robinson Stadium tomorrow, 6 p.m. to wrap up this little this
Southern California vacation.
road trip.
Yeah.
It's been
what it
nice.
was.
The
Yeah.
weather's been nice, not too
Been
hot.
perfect.
Beautiful night here. From the windup, Velichko misses down low. Looked like maybe the changeup to Nathan Cadena. 1-0. Bases loaded, bottom of the 10th inning. Tying run on second base. 4-2 Dad's lead. 1-0 from Velichko. Cadena takes high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. And probably exactly what you don't want if you're Walnut Creek is a 2-0 count to a guy in the middle of the order. Velichko will step off the back of the mound, now back on. 2-0 pitch is a fastball that was right down the middle but fouled back and over our heads, 2-1.
Strike is a strike. Got to get strike one. Talked about it yesterday, like a free throw shooter. Got to get one in. Sometimes that's all you need.
Action in both the Riptide and Crawdad bullpens. It's a righty in both of them. 2-1 pitch is fought off foul our direction over our heads and into the parking lot. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Daniel Velichko going to try and leave the game-winning run on first base, the tying run on second. Flaherty takes his lead off third. Here's the 2-strike pitch, and it's down low, ball 3. Flaherty off third, Brown off second, and Allen off first. Crawdads looking to get back to 500 on the season. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runners will be going. Here's the pitch, down a low, ball 4. Tying run into third, winning run into second.
All right. As you like to say, so what? That run means nothing. Got to get out number 3, and it looks like it's not going to be Daniel Velichko that does it.
Cummings coming out to the top of the mound. Velichko loads the bases in the bottom of the 10th inning, allows a run to score, and his night is over. 4-3, Crawdads still leading, still a chance to win this game, but they're going to do it with Cal Johnson. Pitching change in the bottom of the 10th inning. We'll take a break from Great Park in Irvine, California. spot you dream of as a kid. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the winning run on base. Riptide have a pretty prime opportunity to walk this game off. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Cal Johnson coming in for the Crawdads. He relieves Daniel Velichko, who in back-to-back innings was unable to leave the tying run on, well, wasn't able to in the 9th, kind of able to here, but a big spot nonetheless. Cal Johnson, his 3rd appearance of the summer. He's looked good. Going to need to look pretty good here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 10th inning, tying run 90 feet away. It's Jake Brown off 3rd, J.C. Allen off 2nd, and Nathan Cadena off 1st. Rocco Gump, the designated hitter at bat. He climbs in the left side. Gump is 1 for 4. He doubled in the 7th. From the stretch, Johnson will set and come home. First pitch fastball through the left side. The game's tied. Getting waved around off of second base is Allen. Here comes a throw. It's offline, and the game is over. The OC Riptide score 3 times in the bottom of the 10th inning and walk off the Crawdads 5-4.
I mean, almost the exact same game as the last time the Crawdads played here. It was a 6-5 final, a game that the Riptide walked off last time they were here. And you feel for the Crawdads because they played their tails off in this one.
Not really, I mean, just brutal. Zach Royce was fantastic. He started the ball game for the Dads. It's a shame that he won't get a decision in this one. He went 5 innings, gave up a hit, no runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. On the other end, Andrew Parker was fantastic in his own right. He will not get the decision in either. 6 innings, 2 hits, a run, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. I mean, just brutal way to end it.
Be sure to follow us on all our socials and get a complete recap of tonight's epic win. Thank you for your attendance.
I mean, yeah, it's a tough loss. Crawdads played really well. Pitching staff was good. You know, you look at it. Twice the Crawdads left the bases loaded. Left 2 runners on back in the 4th. That's been kind of the name of the game in this weekend, or this week of baseball.
Left 9 on today. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 9 left on base for the Crawdads.
And I think the kind of the worst part about the 9th or the 10th inning is that, I mean, 2 outs, 2 on, yeah, but 3 walks in the inning, right? 1 that brings home a run. Velichko, that's his biggest struggle is the walk. Got the good stuff, but couldn't finish. And Cal Johnson now twice this year has come into unbelievably hard spots, and it's kind of a lose-lose.
Yeah, kind of tough. He's going to get the loss today. Getting the win is Ryan Kittredge. No save to give. Time of game, 3 hours. We started at 7:03, finished up at 10:03. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, it's a tough one. The pitching, I think both sides was really, really good today. Crawdads had their chances, especially later in the game. I mean, we talked about that 7th inning. That could come back to bite you, and it did. Top of the 10th, came back to bite them. Left the bases loaded in both of them. I mean, that's a tough way to go out. Crawdads fall to 2-4. And the Riptide snap a 3-game losing streak to improve to 2-3. We'll be back at Jackie Robinson tomorrow. 6:05 scheduled first pitch for the final game of the SoCal road trip. Austin, you got any final thoughts? Anything?
A lot of frustration, but, you know, a lot of good as well. And a lot that the Crawdads can take from this one. That is good. Hard to look at right now, but 2 games where the Crawdads have obviously not gotten a win, but have played pretty well in both, all things considered.
So one more time, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Crawdads. 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Riptide. Riptide improved to 2-3 on the year. They snap a 3-game losing streak, improving to 2-2 at home. Crawdads fall to 2-4, 1-3 on the road. They have lost their 2nd consecutive game. Like I said,
Can I make a correction to earlier? Cal Johnson does not get the loss. It's Felichko, because he had the earned runners.
Velichko gets the loss.
The inherited runners.
Yes. Apologies. Velichko gets the loss. Ryan Kittredge gets the win. 5-4. Dads lose. Final game of the road trip tomorrow, 6:05, Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena. We will be there. We will have you covered. Until then, we're signing out from Great Park. For Austin.